Well, well, well. We are on to filthy Philadelphia. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not going to waste any more of our time. It is now time to talk about the players on this team. Cover this team. We are the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboys alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. If you like this live stream, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and now hit that HYPE button. And if you haven't become a member or a subscriber yet, please do. We have a lot of great things coming up this season. Now let's talk facts. It is time to talk Dallas Cowboys. We got 3 more weeks before we need to even be talking about the Green Bay Packers. I'm not worried about what's going on with anybody else's house. It is time to talk the Cowboys. We have got a great show for today, and it is very applicable to what we are about to face on Thursday. I'm telling us, we got way more things to worry about than what's going on with somebody that's not here. Let me give you the show lineup today. This thing is going to be fire. Today, Matt Eberflus gave an interview on DallasCowboys.com. I have not listened to it, but I am so ready to listen to it because I want to know, does Matt Eberflus have a plan? Does he have a plan for stopping the run? Because that's why we brought in Kenny. We brought in Kenny to stop the run. Does Matt Eberflus have a plan to stop the run? That's all I want to know. Clayton Adams, the man who looks so intense. Clayton Adams, when he look at you, he look like he's looking right through you with like laser beams. Clayton Adams is also talking about the offense, but today we are primarily talking about the defense. And again, Kenny. We're going to be looking at Kenny. We're going to be looking at Kenny because I want to do some digging. What has Kenny looked like against the run? What does Green Bay look like with Kenny? Everybody keep talking about what we gave up. What about what they gave up? Do we not understand that this man has been a bona fide run stopper? This man has been a bona fide run stopper, a bona fide middle clogger. This man is a bona fide dog. Man, this dude had a bunion on his toe last year. Come on, man. People out here talking like this man is washed up. Man, let me tell you something. We talked about how much Michael got double teamed. Go check the tape. Go check the tape on Kenny. Kenny was getting double teamed. And the teams were doubling Osa last year. Who they gonna double this year? Between Osa Odigizua and Kenny Clark. I'm telling y'all, these edge rushers are not where Super Bowls are being won. Super Bowls are being won in the interior defensive line in the trenches. Filthy. We got our version of a very good interior defensive line. Then we're going to listen to some player interviews. The Cowboys are starting to talk about this game. They're moving on. I'm moving on. We're moving on. The Dallas media not moving on. But we are moving on because we are the Dallas Cowboys. Then I'm going to see if I can find some Eagle news. I want to see what's going on with the Eagles. See what the personnel maybe look like if we can. I want to see what the Eagles look like. And then anything that breaks while we are here, in case the Cowboys sign Brandon Aubrey, in case they sign Ty Smith, in case the Cowboys do something else, we'll break that here too. So today, Matt Eberflus, Clayton Adams, Kenny, player interviews, Eagle news, and breaking news. Let's get this thing started. Let's go. It is time for the roll call. Welcome to the congregation. Welcome to the congregation of the Church of the Dallas Cowboys. Welcome to the congregation. Yo, G, bless him, bless him, bless him. Let's go. Roll call. My right-hand man, Daniel up in this thing. What's going on? Lord Nova 85 up in this thing. What's going on? What up with you? Ain't nobody smoother than Michael Smooth. What up, Michael Smooth? Michael Smooth said hit that like button. Let's go. Daniel said Eberflus got his man in Kenny Clark. I believe so too. Let's go. John Henry up in this thing. He said, let's go Cowboys. Let's go. Let's get this thing going. Dolores Ennis. Happy Labor Day. And I'm laboring. Let's get this thing going about these Cowboys. Let's go. Let's go. Dolores, boss shouted me out today. Shout out to Boss Cowboy. Let's go. Ruffin 8385 up in this thing. Let's go. He said people forget Michael still has to prove that he can show up in big games. They make it seem like the Packers have a good defense. It's just above average. Let's go up in here. Let's go. Arthur, he said he gone forever, fellas. It's over. It's over, Arthur. It's time to move on, and I'm moving on. My man Tyrone Church, welcome to the church. Let's go. You my dog too. Let's go. Justin Durham up in this thing. Let's go. Bobby Murphy. Bobby Murphy. Bobby Murphy. Did you say go Birds? Come on up in here, man. Filthy is welcome too. Boy, we so ready to play y'all, we don't know what to do. My man, Bump, DY 5 times 866, 903 up in this thing. That's where I'm from. Let's go. Kello V, let's go. Father of 8 girls in the house. God bless you. Cowboys will surprise the masses. Let's go. Lost in translation. I'm back not even 8 hours ago. Let's get this thing. John Jones said, what up, G Money? I said, it's in New Jack City. All right. Justin Durham, what up? He said, y'all smash that like button for the G. Richard Owens up in this thing. Daryl Ragsdale, let's go. Dominique Pittman, the regular. Go on, let's do this thing. Yeah, we gotta bless him. Great to see you too, my brother. Let's go. Texas Shots, appreciate that new sub. He said, I'm digging your work, brother. Let's go. Ace Wade on the avatar looking quite dapper. Yo, let's go. What up, Ace Wade? All right, Cowboys for life, man. I'm gonna try to get as many in as I can, but we gotta get this thing going. Dak Owns, Filthy is up in this thing. Let's go. Mr. 1972 Chevelle. Now we got the picture on the avatar. Boy, that thing looking nice. Roll on into the congregation. What is going on with you? Let's get this thing going. All right, Texas Guns. Can't forget my sister, Brandy, up in this thing. Brandy, what's going on? She said, hey, my loves. All right, Marvin, Washington up in here. Woo, September the 4th. 3 days. Let's go. LaQueen, my sister from the beginning. Let's get this thing going. Devin Mills said, gee, I was just finishing Cowboys After Dark. Truth be told, on all areas, gee, I was waiting for a live. Let's go. We not gonna disappoint. Blue Blood, appreciate that super chat. He said the e-girls are about to get plucked. Let's go. RT Holman, my brother in Florida, what's going on with you? The Newhouse fam, he said, understand, chat, the Packers are at a mega break season, 1.46 million in cap left next season. They in cap trouble. I'm telling you, anything short of a Super Bowl, Newhouse fam, the regulator, anything short of a Super Bowl is going to be a disappointment. Devin Webster, what's going on? Thank you for reposting this stream. Let's get this thing going. Boy, I'm sorry, there's so many of y'all up in here. I'll greet some more people as I go. But I love all of y'all. Appreciate you for rocking with me. Marshawn Matthew, he said, let's go, Cowboys Nation. D-Hawk up in this thing. BRW, Moses Logan, Darren Kinsley, Cowboys Nation, let's go. Aaron Henry up in this thing. I'm trying to get it in, but we got to get this thing going. Danny, Dallas, Cowboys, Legos, good to see you again. Alfonso, Lender, what's going on with you? 817, you dig? What is going on with you? Let's get this thing going. Metris Adams, I can't forget you. Well. James Godley, let's go. Sly Romo, you ain't Sly. What's going on? Richard Villegas, what's going on with you? Gerald Mays, Dak fan for life. Appreciate that $2 super chat. Yes, let's spit some fire today. Albert Dowdy up in this thing. Superman 6019, what's going on? Junior back up in here. Man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all just rocking with me all the way. Let's get this thing going. Warnock SPU, good to see you. Yo. All right. Appreciate y'all. Woo, man, I'm out of breath. But to God be the glory. It is a wonderful day. It is a wonderful day to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. There is nothing like playing the Philadelphia Eagles on a Thursday night. Man, I'm so excited. I am so excited. Let's get this thing going. So today, Matt Eberflus is interviewing over on DallasCowboys.com, or has interviewed over on DallasCowboys.com. So I want to get right into it. I want to know what Matt Eberflus's plan is to stop the Philadelphia Eagles run game. Let's keep this a beam. Let me tell you something that I do know. Dak Prescott healthy with CeeDee Lamb is going to ball. And now you add George Pickens. We're going to score points. We're going to ball. Jake Ferguson on a new contract and healthy. We're going to ball. Expect a heavy dose of Kevontae Turpin. We are going to ball. And I think we are going to be pleasantly surprised, because I believe that even Javonte Williams, yes, even Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and Jaden Blue, they are going to run the ball. Y'all need to understand something. Dak Prescott with a run game is almost like Patrick Mahomes. The Dallas Cowboys don't need a single 100-yard rusher. The Cowboys just need 100 yards rushing. But I got a strange feeling that Javonte Williams is out to prove something. I think Miles Sanders is headhunting on the Philadelphia Eagles. This Dallas Cowboys run game, when they do choose to run, them boys going to be ready. I'm telling y'all, this Dallas Cowboys outside, them at the wide receiver spot, they are so good, single high safety is done. I don't see a team running single high safety. Cover twos are going to be in trouble with the Cowboys. I am telling us, the Dallas Cowboys are going to be so versatile on offense, they're going to be a handful. My concern is the defense. What are we on the defense? And what better team to play than the filthy Philadelphia Eagles? So I want to hear, what is Matt Eberflus's plan? What is his plan to stop the filthy Philadelphia Eagles? Let's go over here all the way. I'm already over here in the Dallas area. If you're not in the Dallas area, let's go to Dallas and let's hear what Matt Eberflus has to say about the Cowboys' defensive plans. Let's roll it.
All right, good. As this whole Micah saga was
Y'all will be proud of your boy. I also got YouTube Premium. Let's go.
unfolded, at what point?
You know, in his contract, much deserved. You after going through adversity last year.
Talking about
super
Deron
excited
Bland.
for him. We named captains on defense, so Osa and Dono are our captains. Those guys are a hard-working group of pair, and I really think that those guys are, you know, leading in the right way. And we have a lot of other leaders on defense, but excited about for Osa and Dono. Kenny Clark, you know, adding him.
Let me tell y'all something the Cowboys are doing by design. Let me tell y'all something the Cowboys are doing by design. Did y'all notice Brian Schottenheimer last night talking about, or the day before talking about leadership? Dak Prescott talking about we have a true leader, we have a real man, talking about leadership. Now here comes Matt Eberflus opening up this conversation with leadership. Why do you think they keep doing that? I'm telling you, this is by design. You can tell that now this is intentional. They're saying we got guys who are leaders on this team. Just keep paying attention to how they're doing this.
In the trade, super excited about that. he's a real stout in the run game, and obviously, really good pass rusher as well inside. Gives you some push in there to solidify our inside there. We really don't have a comment about Diggs right now in terms of his play time and all that. We're still working through all those things, with him, but he's looked good so far. We'll see where that is. And then, congratulations also to Micah. He had the trade, and he's now on a different squad, and we wish him the best. So that's where it is, and excited about the week for Philly. Know these guys really well. Work with the offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo. Very good football mind, and obviously Nick Sirianni. We were coordinators together there in Indianapolis, but good guys, really good coaches, and excited to go against them. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. How do you replace Parsons' production?
One thing I like about Matt Eberflus is so no nonsense. Matt Eberflus is the type of dude that just destroys an interview because he comes right into an interview. If you haven't noticed, it's like he anticipates every single question, and he kind of gives you all the answers before you ask a lot of the questions. And he really takes the air out of a lot of your questions. I like the way Matt Eberflus does this.
Yeah, it's we're going to focus on us and focus on how we do that. Obviously, a really good player, and we have a lot of good rushers, in that room, in the D-line room, and certainly we'll generate it with that and other things too.
Does Clark bring?
We're worried about us. We have already, and don't get this twisted, not one of these players that I'm mentioning is better than Micah Parsons. Dante Fowler is not better than Micah Parsons. Sam Williams is not better than Micah Parsons. Donovan Ezeraku, we got to see what he is. I think he has the potential, but he's not as good as Micah Parsons. When you look at what we have, James Houston is not as good as Micah Parsons. When you look at those four players individually, they're not as good as Micah Parsons. I've been saying this from the beginning. You cannot replace players like Micah Parsons. Very rarely can you replace them with one player, narrowly even two players. The way you have to replace a Micah Parsons is with multiple players. And not only do you replace them with multiple players, people got to understand how strategic this is. If you listen to Brian Schottenheimer, and I've been listening very close for the last year or whenever we got him, you can tell he studied the Philadelphia Eagles. He studied the 90s Cowboys. He's been around this game. And in his studying of the Eagles, and I think of the 90s Cowboys, and even when he was with the Jets, I think he's already figured this out from the standpoint of you don't need the greatest pass rusher if you can get a good to great push up the middle. If you can get the interior defensive line to push that quarterback to where he either runs backwards or you flush him out to the outside, you don't have to have a great edge rusher to get him. You just need a good edge rusher and a good defensive end to get him. And with the linebacking play, and this is the part that people miss about this Cowboys defense, and I think it's the greatest upgrade, or we can argue that it's the second greatest upgrade. The greatest upgrade you can choose. The greatest upgrade to me has been the linebacking core and how Matt Eberflus whispers to them and uses them. They are a huge part of the run game, the north, south, the east, west run game. They are a huge part of that. And then when you figure in, we went and got him a defensive tackle that can literally push the guard, the center. He can push guards and centers all the way into the lap of the quarterback. Man, you just fixed so many problems that you can't fix with the best pass rusher in the league. We couldn't fix what we needed to fix with Micah Parsons. And again, We don't want to turn this into a Micah bash session. Let's just call it what it is. We just hadn't in the past put enough around Micah Parsons, and this is why I wanted Micah Parsons to stay here this year, because I felt like this was the best they'd ever put around him. But you got to pick your poison. Could you get Kenny Clark? Could you get a Kenny Clark level defensive tackle and still have Micah Parsons, still sign Deron Bland, still sign Ty Smith? Could you do all of that? I'm pretty sure that you could, but at the end of the day, this all worked out because the Cowboys, watch this, they're not just replacing one player with 4 edge rushers. The part that we miss, we're replacing him with not 4 players, but 5 players. We're replacing him with 4 edge rushers and 1 defensive tackle. That's how you make up for Micah Parsons. You can't replace him with 1 player. You have to replace him with a plethora of players. A plethora of players. And let's not disrespect Marshawn Nealon. The Cowboys have literally replaced this man with multiple players right up under our noses. This is going to help them exponentially against the Philadelphia Eagles. And so again, this is why Matt Eberflus is saying, man, y'all stop tripping. We got pass rushers. No, we don't have Micah Parsons, but we have pass rushers, and now we got the one tech we've been clamoring for.
To your team?
First of all, he's a true pro. He's a worker, and he's been a leader. He's been a leader over there in Green Bay, and he's going to be a leader here too. And you can.
Just keep listening. Keep listening. I'm noticing they're harping on he's a leader. They're harping on their guys being leaders. They're harping on leadership. They're harping on, no, guys, we got leaders here. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but there's smoke here. There's some smoke here. By design, they keep saying the same thing. Leader.
See that right away. Knows ball, really intelligent, and excited to work with him. He works great on the practice field, and he's a tremendous guy.
I'm Matt Todd Archer with ESPN. With Micah, because he wasn't on the practice field and
it is insane to me. I said this a couple of days ago on X. If you don't follow me, go follow me at Cowboys Let's Talk. I couldn't get Let's Talk Cowboys. It's Cowboys Let's Talk. The Dallas media will not let this go. The Dallas media will not let go of Micah Parsons. Do y'all know that Dallas media members are now, they are now covering the Green Bay Packers? Yeah, they're covering the Green Bay Packers. Oh, Micah Parsons' first day in practice. Oh, the injury update on Micah Parsons. You know what? I wish Micah Parsons all the best, but I'm tired of the Micah Parsons talk. And why are the media? They've all said the same thing. We've moved on. No, we're not devastated. No, we're glad. Yes, we're relieved. This went to places that it shouldn't have went to. This is the best thing for both parties. We're happy for Micah Parsons. We are glad with Kenny Clark. We love our team. Why do they keep throwing this out over and over and over about Micah Parsons? There are many that cover this team that don't like this team. They're not like us. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, they're not like us. We grew up loving this team. We grew up loving this team. And everything, every blood, every sweat, every tear we put into this conversation about the Dallas Cowboys, it's because we love this team. To me, if you like the Dallas Cowboys, if you love the Dallas Cowboys, this isn't even what I would call a job. It's easy if you love the Cowboys, both subjectively and objectively. It's easy to do this job. But I just get this feeling that there are many that cover this team, not because they like the team, but because the team is a cash cow and they cash in on the they cash in on the misery of the Dallas Cowboys. Let me tell y'all right now, I could have posted today 3 more videos about Micah Parsons, and I know they would have did big numbers. I just can't push myself to do it. I can't push myself to do it. Why do I want to keep dragging down a fan base? Why do I want to keep trying to throw salt in a wound that I may perceive? And I want the Cowboys fans to hurt so bad. And I want them to hate Jerry Jones. And I'm hoping that because I'm not really a fan of the Cowboy, but I want to profit off of the Cowboys so bad that I'm hoping that the Eagles just destroy the Cowboys so that I can come back and I can put up in big headlines on all of my social media and on all of my shows that I can put it up in big writing. The Cowboys flopped without Micah Parsons. Why are the Dallas media members doing this? I expect this from the Stephen A. Smiths, the Dan Crazy Orlovskis. I expect this from anyone else out there on the 3-letter and 4-letter networks. We got filthy in less than 3 days. And it's just continuous bombardment of how is Micah Parsons affecting the psyche of the team? Well, from everything that we've been told and everything we can see, it doesn't seem very much. But they keep just on and on and on about this. Man, I'm telling you, this is where I would call on Bill Belichick. I would channel my inner Bill Belichick. Every time they would ask me a question about Micah Parsons, I would just tell them, we're playing the Philadelphia Eagles. That's all we're concerned about. If you don't want to ask me about the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm not answering any questions about anything else. I'm only answering questions about the players that we have. I'm not answering any questions based upon how this team feels about anything as it pertains to a player that's no longer here. That's where I would be. But I understand what it is, but it's crazy to me.
Doing stuff, did that allow you to obviously get more reps with the guys that you have had? And is there anything that you had in the system for Micah that you now can push on to other guys?
Yeah, of course we're going to try to scheme that, but we never really had a chance to during the camp. But again, we're going to work with the guys, that we have. To answer your other question, we didn't have time on task, and that was a good thing for the other guys. They got a chance to work and work their 4-man rush and then work our blitz package, and so the guys are doing a nice job.
And the crazy thing about this whole thing with Micah Parsons, how this all worked out? Because the Cowboys have been practicing with the guys who they're already going to have. They haven't actually had Micah Parsons in the walkthroughs. They haven't had him running the plays. They don't actually have to worry about, okay, put somebody in and we got to figure out how we now run it without him running the plays. No, they've already done it. So the only thing the Cowboys have to do is put in Kenny Clark. And Kenny Clark has ran a similar system before. So the thing with Kenny Clark is going to be so easy for the Cowboys. Let me get these super chats in again. Blue Blood, appreciate that $4.99 super chat. Got it in early, but I still wanted to mention it. 4 days away. Time to pluck them Eagles. Dak Finn for life. $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Son of John, what up? Appreciate you. I salute. He said, I salute and I have to thank you, G. Appreciate you. But the Cowboys don't really have to make a huge adjustment because this guy's asking about practice, but he never practiced with him to begin with. I mean, you got to think about it. Kenny Clark has literally practiced more with the Cowboys now than Micah Parsons did. So we good to go. And the good thing is Kenny Clark has actually been practicing the entire training camp with the Green Bay Packers. The toe looks like it's really good, so it's good to go. It's good to go, I believe. Yeah, Texas Tech said, great Labor Day, G. How are you working on the holiday? Man, hey, we got a label, man. We got to get it in. Big Rob Bowski, boy, you got to be rolling. He said, Georgia, by your thumbnail, G. He said in his gray hair and glasses combination, I believe Eberflus playing this to diversify. It's to diversify the Eagles' portfolios for a more solid 401k. Boy, he does look like, boy, this dude looks like a genius, man. He absolutely does. Bruce 3613 back up in here. Appreciate that super chat. He said, G, Bills are 0-4 in Super Bowls. Haven't been back since 84. Media doesn't bash that team like they do the Cowboys. They've literally crowned Josh Allen as the savior of the NFL. And he still hasn't produced. And the Bills have put a super team around him this year. We're going to see what's going to happen. But I'll tell you this. What better Super Bowl would it be than the Dallas Cowboys versus the Buffalo Bills? Dak Prescott versus Josh Allen. It would be incredible. I'm telling you, when it happens, and I believe it's a good chance it's going to happen in the next 2 years. I believe it could happen in 2026. It could even happen as early as this year. But when they do, they're going to break the internet. It would be the perfect Super Bowl. There would be no better Super Bowl than the Cowboys and the Bills, and the Cowboys sitting on boys packing again 0-5.
John Machota with The Athletic. Your time in Chicago, obviously going against a guy like Kenny Clark. What stood out to you then?
Yeah, just the energy and passion that he plays with. We got a chance to watch a lot of crossover games, so I got a chance to evaluate their personnel as I was doing that. And just what I said before, just a true pro.
Joe Hoyt, Dallas Morning News. Obviously, you want to get home with 4 if possible, but you're trying to figure out, do I have to send more than that? In terms of trying to figure that out going into week 1, how much do you kind of project that, and how much is that reading on the fly once you get into actual gameplay?
Yeah, I think it depends on the scheme you're playing. It really does. If it's, a certain scheme that you can predict certain things, you want to be able to send certain players, to get home. And that's every week, so that's where we are.
And then Reddy Stewart's a guy that obviously you brought in, you had familiarity with. You've been trying to figure out, the nickel all offseason long. It's been kind of a thing. How does he kind of play into it, and how much does his familiarity with you kind of play into giving him a earlier run, I guess? Yeah, that's
why we wanted to get him. First of all, because he knows the scheme, and he's a kind of plug and play right away, as a backup or rotational player. We're still figuring that out, but we understand that he knows the scheme and he knows how we play. And he plays with great passion, energy, and he has a really good knack for taking the ball away.
Babe?
Babe Lockburn, 105.3 The Fan, Cowboys Network.
Hey, Babe, how you doing?
I'm
Good?
Great.
All right.
Good. As this whole Micah saga was unfolded, at what point did you have to say, okay, we may not have him, let's figure out what we're going to do? Because he's, many times, obviously, guy gets hurt, you just plug in the next guy. He's so unique that, and what other teams and how they were going to approach him, that it's not the same. So at what point did you flip the switch?
I'm not going to get into timelines with that, but really it was forced upon us, because of the whole talks back and forth with the contract. He was unavailable, and all those things. So it's important that, we went forward with the guys that we had, with Tay and Sam and all the guys that we have in there, and they did a great job. They worked their butts off in training camp.
And obviously, guys get hurt. You lose a guy, you go on. And you're in Chicago, obviously, with a situation where I don't know if he was your best defensive player. I'll let you talk about that. But Roquan Smith gets traded during the season, and all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, those are the situations that the clubs make, for the best interest of that club, and that's the same situation here. And then you just really have to focus on who you're coaching on the field.
Patrick?
Hey, Coach. Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. Circling back to Kenny Clark, he's been practicing with Green Bay prior to the trade. He's fully healthy, and in his words, he could play 20, 30, 50 plays for you guys on Thursday if need be. What's the expectation as far as managing his ramp up, and could he be fully unleashed against the Eagles on Thursday?
Yeah, first of all, he's very smart. It's for him to pick up scheme, our scheme, very similar schemes, and I don't think it'll be a problem. We're going to evaluate that as we go through the week with each guy in terms of rep count and all those things, and we'll decide that on Friday or what we call Friday. Yeah.
Fair. Quick follow-up for that. What does the addition of Kenny Clark do for a guy like Mozzie Smith, who's still kind of working his way through the weeds?
Yeah, I think it's good for the whole room, because we added a veteran presence in there. We already had a big veteran presence in there with Solly and those types of guys, and Tay. And I think it's important that Osa, it's important that he just adds to that. He really does.
Tommy Arsh, DallasCowboys.com. Matt, how do Osa and Kenny complement each other? I know you're still kind of in the early processes of being together, but what do you feel like they can do when they're on the field next to each other?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I really am. Because they both can play on first, and second down, but also play on the rush downs. So you really get a good push in the middle there, and it's going to be exciting to watch those guys go.
Kelly, how do you tell your?
I'm telling y'all now, Kenny Clark and Oso Digizua, they're going to arrange some they're going to rearrange some furniture in some people's houses. They're going to move furniture. I'm telling you. Oso Digizua and Kenny Clark together are going to move furniture. They are going to move furniture. I wouldn't be surprised if them boys, between the two of them, I wouldn't be surprised if they have 14, 15 sacks. And I'm telling you, to get 14 and 15 sacks on the interior defensive line will be incredible. If your interior defensive line, if you go and look at some of the top interior defensive linemen, man, you look at those numbers, and I think this is why we're overinflating these edge rusher numbers, because they're getting double-digit sacks. But when your interior linemen are getting 7, 8 sacks, them boys balling. They're not only stopping the run, they're stopping the quarterback. Man, them boys are balling. And they're pushing that pocket, and they're either forcing that quarterback left or right. And I'm going to tell you now, this is one of the keys to beating the Philadelphia Eagles. You have got to stop Jalen Hurts from stepping into the middle of your defense and just slicing you. Jalen Hurts will kill your defense if you allow him gaps to run through. He likes to step back. It collapses. He likes to step up. Now, where you can get Jalen is if you can flush him outside. Because if you can flush him outside, it doesn't mean that he's not fast. But if you can flush him outside, then your edge can, keep pushing him outside until you can get that linebacker or that cornerback to come up for that containment once he passes the line of scrimmage. But where this dude kills a lot of teams, Jalen Hurts guts teams up the middle. He guts teams up the middle. And I tell you this, boy, I got a treat for y'all today. I'm gonna see if we can get it in. But I want to, after we listen to Matt Eberflus, we're going to listen to, and matter of fact, I'll tell you what we may do. We may push Clayton Adams to tomorrow, because I don't know if y'all have ever heard, and I hope I don't get a copyright strike on it, but I don't know if y'all ever heard John Gruden or subscribe to John Gruden's channel. This dude game breakdowns are stupid dumb. John Gruden's game breakdowns are stupid dumb. And I mean that in a good way. He did a breakdown of the Cowboys and the Eagles. And so again, also Digizua and Kenny Clark, they're going to be a problem. They're going to be rearranging people's furniture in their house, and there's not going to be anything they can do about it. Let me read this super chat from my man JCT Slice. He said, gee, there will still be excuses if Dak beats Josh. Hey, man, Dak Prescott going to be hated, and we're going to have to study it after he gone, man. That's all I can tell anybody. Inglewood Trojans up in here. What's going on with you? What's up with you, Ty Howard? I see you.
Guys, your pass rushers, don't try to do too much because we don't have Micah, and just do what you normally do. You know, don't overthink it.
Yeah, I would say that just, focus on your technique and focus on the plan. And that's what the guys are doing. We're putting our third down game plan in right now. And the guys will focus on that. Again, focusing on first and second down as well. And we got to be where our feet are. And that's what those guys are going to do.
That's it.
Run defense obviously has been a big question around here for a while, but do you wish the first game wasn't against Saquon?
Yeah, what an outstanding player.
Man, I'm glad the first game against
the
Saquon.
Explosive runs, historic, last year with him. And it's going to be important that everybody plays well in the run game, not just the front seven. The secondary has to do a great job of keeping the cup. And he's an explosive athlete and a generational guy.
That background you mentioned with the OC and with Sirianni, do you go back and think of your time together? Like, okay, when he was doing this, we were doing that in practice. Do you play those games, or is that so long ago it doesn't factor in anymore?
Yeah, I would say the latter. It's so long ago that the schemes have changed. We've adjusted, they've adjusted, and you got to go with what you see on tape and what you think their next move is going to be.
Back to Kenny and Osa, that combination. From a coaching standpoint, how beneficial is it knowing that, obviously Kenny's being dropped in less than a week before week one, but he has a long-standing personal relationship with Osa, UCLA days, having played with his brother Ola. How beneficial is that as far as chemistry ramping up quickly?
Yeah, the chemistry's there. Like I said, he's a great person and a great pro, and the guys respect him just from his play alone, and then when they get to meet him, respect him even more. And you guys see that too.
Clarence.
Just from a scheme standpoint, I'm sorry, late, but Kenny, and I know he'll be better later than he will be week one, just from comfortability in the scheme, but just talk about how comfortable he can be in the scheme in less than a week.
I referred to it earlier. I would say just because of the scheme is very similar, from what he's coming from. I think it won't be an issue at all.
Brad
Shan. If y'all hadn't figured out, Matt Eberflus is a very boring interview. And the reason why he's a very boring interview, again, he takes away all of your questions almost in his introduction to just give you the State of the Union. And he's probably taking away a whole bunch of questions that people are asking. So, and even when he answers questions, it's so no nonsense. I'm going to just give you I've already given you the gist of this thing in the beginning, and I'm just going to basically give you like a 1 or 2 sentence answer, and the rest is history. So Matt Eberflus, I love the way he interviews. This is how to me, don't tell him too much. Just tell him enough just tell you enough to give you just enough answer so you don't have to keep asking me.
Cowboys Radio 105.3, The Fan.
Way back in the back, Brad.
Way back in the back, so I can monitor you on my magic little recording device. Should Diggs not be ready to play, do you have a decision to make between Stewart and Childress for this game? And if you do, one of them has not been around here but knows your system. One of them doesn't as well but has been around these guys. How do you weigh those factors?
Yeah, you're not going to like the answer because, we're just working through that right now. We really are. So we're going to figure that out, and we'll decide on here in the next couple of days.
Babe.
Babe Lovemer, you're not going to like this question, please.
I can answer it how I want. Yeah.
You look at the Super Bowl, Kansas City shut down Saquon, did the best job on him all year. They gave up, obviously, big plays in the passing game.
Yeah.
So when you have a team, the tight end is obviously a factor as well in this deal. As a coordinator and game planning against a team that you throw it outside, throw to the tight end, obviously run it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing a good offense, that they can stress you, in the run game, horizontally and vertically in the pass game. So we got to do a great job of, 11 guys being on the same page, 11 guys doing their job and playing with the right tempo and the right attitude. And that's what we're focused on.
I know coaches always talk about making a team one-dimensional. Which dimension do you want to take away?
Yeah, I mean, I think you pick your moments. You pick your moments, and you do a good job with your scheme, and it really comes down to execution.
Scott, one more. Yep. Sorry. You were obviously in another division, so these guys were seeing the tush push twice a year. So how much can you prepare for that? How do you think about those? How do you defend that in a sense?
Yeah, I mean, you can see various teams do different things to it, and some teams were successful. And, it's all about, it's an attitude type of thing, and you got to do a great job of executing the way we want to execute on that play. And, we'll see if we got a good plan.
The way you stop the tush push is simple. And I mean, this is the simplest way to stop it. Keep the Philadelphia Eagles out of 3rd and short and 4th and short. It's that simple. Get them for yards for loss. Push them backwards. Don't let them get in 3rd and 2s. And that may be easier said than done depending upon what the situation is. But you got to keep them out of 3rd and short. You got to keep them in 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 5s. You want to keep them in all of that range. Because if you let them get the 3rd and 2, you got 2 drives. You got 2 drives. I mean, you're going to get 2 tush pushes. And where you may be able to stop it once, it's hard to stop it twice. And it really takes a lot out of your defense because it takes such a Herculean effort to stop it. And then if they get it, then you have to turn around and run the next play after you just exerted everything into a play where the linemen have basically got so down that they are just almost below your knees. I mean, it's a dangerous play. It's a dominant play. It's a dangerous play. But the easiest way to stop it is don't let them get into it. That's the easiest way to stop it. Don't let them get into it. If you don't let them get into it, then you don't have to worry about stopping it because it takes care of itself. And again, easier said than done, but that's the key. You got to keep them in 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. If you keep them in 3rd and medium, 3rd and long, you don't have to worry about seeing the tush push. If you can keep them away from the goal line, you don't have to worry about seeing the tush push. It can be done. It can be done. I want to see what Eberflus, what's his plan? And it seems like they got a plan. Sir knows. What's going on with you? Appreciate that $1.99 super chat, Sir knows. I hit you with the 5. Let's go. Let's go. The Big Rumbowski said, Ed Ward or Todd Ouch or Clarence Hill. I've stopped following them on X. If they're still reporting on Michael, then they aren't going to stop until they see they reach their until their reach metrics drop. Yep. And they're still reporting on Micah Parsons. Now they have made it their business to prove that Micah Parsons' back injury was real. Bro, I'm just not even focused on it no more. Only thing I'm focused on is this dude, Kenny Clark, is healthy and he ready to ball. The only thing I'm concerned with is Kenny Clark no longer has a bunion on his toe. That's where I am. Stephen White, salute. What up with you? Gwen Bowden, what's going on? She said, gee, the media talk about the Cowboys so much it's ridiculous that they can't keep the Cowboys' name out their mouth. And the crazy thing is, and we can't keep Micah Parsons' name out of our mouth from the local media standpoint. It's crazy to me, man. It is so time to move on. And I am so ready for the Cowboys to play on Thursday. And, man, I am hoping for that victory. What up? Poobie D, I'm out. I'm with you. Parsons out. Let's talk football. Yeah. And, man, I got a treat for us. We're going to listen to Eberflus. We're going to bypass Clayton Adams. I have Kenny Clark film. And then we're going to listen to some John Gruden break down this Dallas Cowboys game, even if we just listen to a part of it today, and maybe we'll listen to a part of it tomorrow. But I'm telling you, if you have not heard John Gruden on that doggone channel breaking these games down, boy, y'all are in for a treat, and y'all make sure y'all subscribe. John Gruden, boy, he be dropping some gems in them breakdowns.
Replicate that in practice?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not something you're going to see or have the guys do a bunch, full speed. But, we definitely will rep it and work it and be ready for it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate Matt Eberflus, but I'll tell you this. You got to be 100% honest about Matt Eberflus. it has got to be one of the most boring interviews that you are ever going to see in your life, because Matt Eberflus, like I said, he just kind of bust up a lot of your questions from the beginning, and then everything else is pretty much one sentence answers. So I absolutely love what Matt Eberflus does. What's going on, my sister Katharina Kiss? She said, I was late in the union meeting. What's going on with you? Good to see you up in here. All right, so let's run over here real quick. I know y'all are getting a kick out of this. Let's go over here. And we got some film from somebody I found new on YouTube. I have never heard of Will Upton. Maybe some of you have heard of Will Upton. But Will Upton looks like he does a variety of content, but he decided to do some content on Kenny Clark. And I watched some of it. I haven't watched all of it. So let's kind of flip down here to Kenny against the run. Well, we're about to get a full dose of Kenny Clark from Will Upton. Make sure y'all go like, share, and subscribe to Will Upton for a lot of your film breakdowns. He did a really good job on this thing with Kenny Clark. See what old Kenny Clark is about. I know y'all enjoy the film. Let's do it.
My man Kenny Clark in tonight's video. Now we're going to run through a bunch of clips here, so I'll try and keep it moving. A lot of these are going to be a healthy Kenny Clark because I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, and I'm so ecstatic that Micah Parsons is a member of the Green Bay Packers, but so many people are getting fed up in what one team gave up and how that team's franchise looks. I just don't really care. I think Micah to Green Bay made 100% sense. I think Kenny Clark to Dallas also makes 100% of sense. And the fact of the matter is, when this guy's healthy, because he wasn't healthy at all last season, he played through it all, the guy's an absolute game disruptor, and Dallas is going to really like him. And I know Dallas last season struggled against the run, and Kenny not only is good at that, but he's also good at getting to the quarterback. So you see it right here, Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints. He does, we're going to show you a bunch of clips where you see not only his power and his explosiveness, but like you see right here, just his use of hands, just pushing 78 to the side there, bringing him down for a sack. We got another one right here against Justin Herbert. Now, that's Kenny Clark. You can tell, like right here, this is Preston Smith. He hasn't played for Green Bay last season, but, the point still stands. Kenny's only 29 years old, and when he's healthy, I can't emphasize it enough, this is what he looks like, all right? So he's going to be a big member of Dallas next.
Man, did you see that move he just put on that center? Oh my gosh.
And almost gets him down for.
Oh my, did you see the move and the power? Man, he just threw this dude out of the way like he was paper mache. Watch this crazy move.
This is what he looks like, all right? So he's going to be a big member of Dallas next season, and almost gets him down for Herbert down for a sack right here. But once again, just kind of alluding to the whole hands. You're going to see the whole pressure, power. All right, no run, and then he just uses his hand, swipes him away. So without further ado, let's get into some Kenny Clark film. So Green Bay has shifted him around the defensive line the last few seasons. Now, this clip is technically from 2023, and I get it. It's very outdated, but like I said, we're going to go through a bunch of different clips tonight, and I just kind of wanted to give you a real good grasp of what his power looks like, because this is stuff, and especially like defensive tackles, edge rushers, nose tackles, all of these players on the defensive line, and I know you could say this about a lot of different positions, but statistics don't truly give you a good grasp of what Kenny Clark offers you, and it's kind of like, it's not really like, but edge rushers, people are always looking for sacks, right? Nose tackles, defensive tackles, these guys, statistics, people don't really care about them, right? Quarterbacks, all you care about is interceptions, but this is stuff where it's just pure brute force, just pushing the right guard for Detroit, just blowing him by. So this guy's explosive, and like I said, an underrated part about him, because he's made 3 Pro Bowls, he's had, some good sack count seasons. People, when they're looking at edge guys specifically, or anybody on the defensive line, he's just looking for total sack count. So it's something you're not going to see on the stat sheet. All right, to my Cowboys fans, you'll like this clip because it's against Philadelphia. Now, if you guys don't mind hitting that like button, I don't make enough Cowboys videos, unfortunately, so if we try and get this video to 100 likes, folks, it would mean the absolute world to me. I'll let it play out because he gets kind of double-teamed here. A very high IQ football player, and you're going to notice this in a bunch of different clips I'm going to show you, especially against the run because, like I said, right here, he's going up against two guys, all right? So he's just staying home. He's staying patient because it looks like, it's Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles, dual threat quarterback, very good running back, and he's staying home, all right? And you're going to see him, he's done with that double team, right? Offensive line's trying to push these guys in certain directions. Number 97, Kenny Clark right there is like, I'm all right on that.
The crazy thing about him, again, when you go back and look at this double team, let me show you something. Watch this. This is my little mouse pointer here. I want you to notice something about him that's powerful. Here's the double team. But look at where his head is turned. Look at where his head is turned. He's getting double teamed, but his head is in the backfield. And that's why when they hand this ball off, he sheds that double team and he's on to that runner. Check him out.
Directions. Number 97, Kenny Clark right there is like, I'm all right on that.
Boom.
Let me just find the football. Let me find Saquon Barkley, and I'm going to get the tackle for
he moves
no
from the
gain.
Double team.
So especially with these interior
This
defensive
guy right here
linemen,
looks like he tries to
or
get a
even
hold
an
of
edge
him.
guy like Kenny. Like I said, they move them all across the defensive line. We also got a new defensive coordinator last season, and that's kind of a big reason where it's like sometimes it's time to just get a new change of scenery. So he's just going to ignore this. Once again, his double team, high IQ football play, and bring down Saquon Barkley for no gain. All right, guys, I figure you probably like these clips against the Philadelphia Eagles. So we got we got Kenny Clark right there. Saquon, Jalen Hurts per usual. And they're scheming this. He's getting doubled. 69 moves off him. They're trying to create an open lane for him, obviously. And Kenny's just staying home, beating his guy, not losing the line of scrimmage, and then he sees, obviously, it's Saquon Barkley run.
Wait.
All right, no play action.
Wait, let me just show you. I appreciate his film work for sure, but let me mute him for a second. Let me go back and show you this from where I'm looking. This is the part that you have to appreciate about this kid, Kenny Clark, or this grown man, Kenny Clark. So when you go back and watch his plays, the thing that is fascinating to me is he keeps his head, his eyes in the backfield. Double team, eyes in the backfield. You can see his eyes continuously, no matter what they're doing, in the backfield. In the backfield, no matter what. This dude's vision is boom, right there. Look at this. Oh. He keeps his head. This is the kind of play the Cowboys have been missing. The kind of play that you can't stop this man with a double team. And when you pair this with Oso Digizua, this I'm telling you, as the season goes on, watch how good this run defense is. Just awesome stuff, man. Absolutely awesome stuff. Let's look at this next. Let's look at the play that he just showed right here. The other part, of course, this is him right here. Now watch what he does. Even though he doesn't get the tackle, this is what the Cowboys have been missing. He clogs up the middle. Even if he doesn't get the tackle, He doesn't leave the gap open. He doesn't leave the A gap, the B gap. He's not leaving that open. He keeps it clogged up. That's what you do. That's what you do. Even if you don't get the tackle, you fix it. You hold your position to where other people can get the tackle. Tight end, he comes in. He's no good. He keeps them. He keeps those offensive linemen stood up so his guys can get this thing. This is what the Cowboys have been missing. This is what the Cowboys have been missing. This is him here again. I'm pretty sure you can tell. Now, I saw Voch Lombardi do this same play. I want you to notice if you didn't pay attention. So, of course, this is Kenny. Kenny is going to shed that block. But as Matt Eberflus said, his football IQ is so high, rather than going and taking a cheap shot at the quarterback, he recognizes that this is some kind of screen, and then he immediately gets right after the runner in pursuit. There he is. Watch him. Boom. Recognition. Gets the head turned around. Boom. Crashes in. He could have easily got a cheap shot at the quarterback. He didn't want it. See, right there, he could have pursued him. Nope. Boom. He recognizes immediately. Screen. Starts his pursuit. And he's in on the play. The dude's football IQ is there. Most players right here, if you are just a pass rusher, you're still going to try to maybe get in there, hit that quarterback, hit his arm. Nope. Not Kenny. Kenny said, no. I'm going to get in here and stop the run. I'm going to get in here and stop the screen. Great play. Great play. Look at this picture right here. I want to show you this. Let me show you what we need to be appreciating. Let me tell you what Dallas Cowboy fans need to be appreciating. Don't you forget 2025. Look at this lineup. Look at these 4 down linemen. I'm going to come to some comments before we run the next play. But let me tell you what stands out to me. We got a nose tackle. We got a nose tackle. Look how large this dude is. A huge human being. We got a nose tackle, y'all. We don't have a 310-pound 3-tech. We don't have a 3-tech masquerading as a 1-tech. This dude is a 1-tech. And the body type is good to where he's not so big that he doesn't just get what's in front of him. We already saw from the last play that he can also pursue. Man, we got us, hey guys, we got us a nose tackle. We got us a nose tackle, I'm telling us. Dak Fan for Life, appreciate that super chat. He said the second game last season, we held Saquon to 66 yards. I believe our offense will get Philly out running. I'm loving your channel, G. Appreciate it, Dak Fan for Life. Yeah, but you know what? Dak Fan for Life, keep this in mind too. Jalen Hurts was hurt that game. And Kenny Pickett sliced us up. Not to mention Cooper Rush killed us with interceptions. But Kenny Pickett and whoever that third string quarterback, he sliced us up too. They did good against the run, but they couldn't do anything else. But this year, a whole lot more balance. And again, this dude, beside Oso Digizua, is going to be fabulous. I just want you to look at this. Guys, we got us a nose tackle. We got a nose tackle, y'all. Did you see this man get up the field? The way this man gets up the field is crazy. I mean, immediately. I mean, just immediately right up the field. Right up the field. Oh. That's what I'm talking about. Who is this man right here? This man right here in front of Kenny Clark. He needs to call the police right now. This man needs to call the police right now because Kenny Clark pushed him all the way into the locker room. Look at this. Kenny! Stop it, Kenny. This dude, Kenny, is crazy and gets in on the play. Tell me the last time the Cowboys have had this type of defensive tackle play. Tell me the last time we've had it. Let me tell you something. Green Bay got them a great pass rusher. But boy, they may actually regret letting Kenny Clark go too. You just robbing Peter to pay Paul. At least I can say the Cowboys don't have Micah Parsons, but the Cowboys at least they went and got. At least they went and got them some players. That was the end of the video, so that's why that's why that showed up. But again, man, I'm telling us. Shoot. Man. That boy Kenny. Man, that boy Kenny ain't no joke. Boy, that man Kenny ain't no joke. Kenny ain't no joke, man. And now he got that doggone Paul Bunyan fixed on his toe. Shoot. Kenny ain't no joke, y'all. I love it. I love it. This move with Kenny is one of the moves that just got me right back confident in what we're doing. Kevin Howard said, are you heading with our hearing our new head coach is saying it's time for a change? Yeah. I'm with him, Kevin Howard. I love it. I love it. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Bullcorn runs a marathon. But when you start doing stuff, when you bring in Kenny Clark, you telling me you serious about going to a Super Bowl. You telling me you serious about going to a Super Bowl when you make a move like this. Eddie Lowe said, I just want Dallas to eliminate the She-Girls from the playoffs. That would be awesome. I want them to eliminate, obliterate, and we are in the playoffs. Old Dizzle one son, he said, you need to start smoking that G. You tripping. Oh, he said Eagles 37, Cowboys 19. Stop it, old Dizzle. Welcome to Let's Talk Cowboys, but old Dizzle, it ain't happening.
Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all say my name, put some respect on it.
Oh, Dizzle.
Put some respect on my name.
Come on, man.
You understand me? When y'all say my name, put some respect on it.
You put some respect on them Cowboys' name, man. You put some respect on that name. Hey, y'all got y'all Super Bowl. Anybody who was following me last year, I appreciate y'all, old Dizzle. I think y'all are one of the things that made us say, we got to make a change. I appreciate y'all with that. But it's time to hand back over the throne. We are the NFC East champs. That belongs to the Cowboys. Y'all do know we 9-3 against y'all. Dak is 9-3 against y'all now. Dak is back. Dak is back, but I appreciate you being in here, old Dizzle. Appreciate you. I'm looking forward. I hope you be in here on Thursday night. Because I tell you, you ain't going to be able to stand us on Thursday night if you roll up in here. We're going to have you in tears. We're going to have you in tears on Thursday night. And if y'all beat us, we might be in tears on Thursday night, even though I won't be in tears. But I'm telling you, man, when have we had this type of defensive tackle play? I can't remember. I cannot remember when we've had this kind of defensive tackle play. Some of y'all gonna have to remind me. Do y'all know we've had a string of very good pass rushers? I mean, man, we had DeMarcus Ware up in this thing. We've had some good pass rushers. We've had some good ones. But when you talk about D tackle, man, we've been struggling. We've been struggling. And I'm telling you, Kenny Clark, he looks good. Robert N, what up? He said Mozzie could have several seats. Hey, I think they still gonna try to use him. But Kenny is the man. Kenny is here to do some damage. Kenny and Osa Odigizua may very well force Jalen Hurts to play quarterback. I want to see Jalen Hurts play quarterback. And I'm not saying that because you run that you're not a quarterback. But we all know that when you go and you truly look at the strength, when you truly go and look at the strength of one Jalen Hurts and why Jalen Hurts has been so dangerous. I mean, you got to give him his props. I was always a big fan of Jalen Hurts. Alabama, I was a big fan of Hurts. I still didn't like the fact that Saban replaced him. But Jalen Hurts, when you look at the majority of his runs, look at this. Jalen Hurts' biggest runs occur primarily straight up the middle of the field. That's how you stop Jalen Hurts. That's how you stop Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts, he's a powerful dude. I'm convinced. I don't think there's another quarterback that could run the tush push. If it was any other quarterback running that play, they couldn't do it. This dude, Jalen Hurts, if I'm not mistaken, this dude squats 600 pounds. This dude lower body strength is crazy. This is why you can't arm tackle Jalen Hurts. You got to put a helmet on him. You got to put plastic on him. You got to wrap him up. You are not arm tackling Jalen Hurts. He's a nightmare for small cornerbacks, small defensive backs. He's a nightmare. He's even a nightmare for a regular-sized linebacker or an undersized linebacker. If you don't hit this dude square up, you don't wrap him up, he's a powerful runner. He's a powerful runner. I mean, he's borderline running back build. But he can also, the thing I love about Jalen Hurts, now he's not going to hit you with 300 and 400 yard games back to back to back to back to back. That's not his MO. But man, I'm telling you, every 4 to 5 games, Jalen Hurts will hit you with them 300 yard games. Every so often, he'll hit you with a throw and you go, Jalen Hurts threw that? Jalen Hurts is a very good player. Very good quarterback, but even more of a powerful runner. When you got an interior defensive line, this is how you neutralize Jalen Hurts. And you tell Jalen Hurts, you're going to beat us with your arm with Kyer Elam, freshly signed Deron Bland, and Trayvon Diggs, who I believe is going to be on a mission to prove that he either belongs on this team or he belongs on another team. But they have got to clog up that middle because I'm telling us, Jalen Hurts lives in there. He lives in there. He kills teams stepping up in the pocket and then breaking out with these long runs. He kills teams. Kenny Clark is really, 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 really going to help the Cowboys with that. So I'm excited. Matt Eberflus sounds like he definitely has a plan, but he's also content with not telling us the plan. He's also content without telling us the plan. I love it. I absolutely love what we're going to be looking like. Let's move over here. Let's see if we can sneak in. We got a couple of more.
Good. All right.
We got there's quite a few player interviews. Let's scoot on over here. Let me see what else we have. I really want to hone in though some more on Kenny. I want to hone in some more on Kenny Clark. I see they got interviews. Okay, yeah, they do have a couple of interviews that I do want us to listen to. So let's listen to these 2 interviews, and then we're gonna mosey on over to John Gruden, and we're gonna let John Gruden. And what we'll do, we'll listen to the first part, and we'll save John Gruden's thing for tomorrow. He'll give us the second part because it's a 50-minute video. So we'll listen to half of it today and half of it tomorrow because John Gruden gives some great breakdowns of these games. So Oso Digizua, they actually talked to Oso Digizua yesterday. Well, let's see what Oso Digizua had to say. Let's flip down to these player interviews.
Definitely means a lot. Just having that trust from my teammates. coaches. It's not something that's lost on me, not a responsibility that I take lightly, so it's pretty cool.
Sam Williams had mentioned this is a very violent defense, style-wise. How would you describe this defense?
I agree. I mean, that's part of what we hang our hats on. That's part of our style, so I'm with Sam on that.
What's the biggest difference between last year's defense and this year's defense, style-wise?
I feel like as far as like emphasizing takeaways, that's something that we've always done. Definitely more energetic from the staff in terms of just bringing the energy daily. I feel like the mentality hasn't really changed as much, but it's definitely more of a style over scheme mentality.
What have these last few days been like, trying to really focus on week one, but understanding that a pretty big moment happened on Thursday for you guys?
It's kind of like it's one of those things. Like the timing of it is something that doesn't really allow you to dwell on any of that. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. That's my dog. Kind of sad that he's gone, but I'm at the same time very happy for him. Happy that he's able to retire his mom and do big things for his family. Still wishing the best, but at the same time, we got a game on Thursday, so we got to focus on what's right in front of us.
I don't like the fact that they continue to ask these questions. But I think Oso Digizua just gave a very powerful answer. Ed Water has been adamant about saying the timing of this and the timing of this. And I want to capitalize on something that Oso Digizua is saying. Actually, the timing of this, whether we realize it or not, the timing is perfect. Because the only thing they can focus on is the game. We don't have another 2 weeks of training camp. We don't have one more preseason game. We don't have another 2 to 3 weeks of, they traded Micah. Interview after interview after interview after interview after interview. Micah Parsons don't even have the time to deal with this the way that he probably would if it was 2 or 3 weeks in advance because of the timing of it. Nobody really has any time to talk about this. Everybody got to get ready for a game, especially the Cowboys. And this is great therapy for the Cowboys. Like Dak Prescott said, now I don't think the locker room needed a big talking to. I mean, I don't think anybody's running around here devastated. We're glad. We're glad at the outcome. We're happy for Micah, but we're also anxious to get on the field and prove ourselves. You can see the look in these people's face. You can tell by their body language. They're not glad, but they're relieved. And they're so ready for this media to stop asking them. They're ready for it. Man, these guys, man, we ain't got time to be worried about this stuff. We don't.
Like Kenny next to you now, how is that really going to benefit this country?
I think it's going to benefit us a lot. Kenny's a smart guy. He's a baller, been a baller, so I'm excited to have him here.
You played with your brother. What did you know about Kenny kind of going into this?
My brother is someone like, he said when he was at UCLA, he always respected how Kenny worked and his work ethic and his consistency. So just excited to have him as an addition to our room.
Also, I think it was Micah who gave you your birthday.
Boy, let me tell y'all something. I've talked about this before. Let me tell you something about dominant players people don't understand. Dominant players can't be dominant without other good to great players around them. They don't even need necessarily other dominant players. Dominant players need good to great players around them so they can dominate. You think about LeBron James when he was in Miami. You think about LeBron James when he was with Kyrie Irving. You think about Michael Jordan when they put Dennis Rodman with him. When they put, and the biggest addition to the dominance of Michael Jordan is none other than Scottie Pippen. When you think about when they put the Paxtons around him, when they would put good players around an absolute dominant player. Now a dominant player begins to dominate. Now, the question that's going to get answered as it applies to Osa Odigizua and Kenny Clark, because both of them I consider to be somewhat dominant players. So now that you got two dominant players, two good or dominant players, one of them or both of them on any given play are going to dominate. We're going to have something that is going to, and I'm going to tell y'all now, y'all get prepared. The Cowboys had 52 and a half sacks last year with Micah Parsons. That is so sexy. When you look at that on your stat sheet, it is sexy. Because you like, man, we get after the quarterback. And then you look at our record. You look at our playoff record. You look at points scored against us. You look at pass attempts against us. You look at run attempts against us. You look at yards against us. You start looking at everything but that sexy number, and then you get depressed. Let me tell y'all now, this ain't gonna be as sexy. This not gonna be as sexy. Some men, they look for these sexy women. And then about 2 years into the marriage, the house is dirty. No food cooked. Kids running around looking all scraggly. Can't sew a button on the shirt. Can't boil water. Can't take care of none of the family at home business. But they sexy. Sometimes you got to go out there and get you one of them women that, hey, they're not necessarily sexy, but they look good. But what makes them sexy is what they bring to the table. It is their ability to comfort you. It is their ability to take care of the home. It is their ability to do so many things that complete you. We're not going to look sexy. I don't think we're going to have 52 and a half sacks. I don't. But I've already proven it to you. You don't need 52 and a half sacks to win the Super Bowl. If you can get in that 40 range, but you're stopping the run, you might not be sexy, but I guarantee you this, you're going to get a championship. You're going to get a championship. You're going to be taken care of. You're going to be taken care of. We're not going to be sexy with all the sacks, but I bet you this, we're going to be satisfied because of how we're going to look against the run. The way we look against the run, we are going to be like, wow, we don't have all these stats anymore. But we're winning. We're winning. And we're winning in ways that we've never won before. I'm telling y'all, it ain't going to look as good as this looked, but it's going to be better than we've had in a long time. This is the type of defense that when you do win those 12 games, this is the type of defense that'll get you past that first playoff game and maybe even that second one and get you in that third one. This is that type of defense. James Godley, appreciate that super chat. James Godley said, first Charles Haley and then Deion Sanders and now Kenny Clark. We coming. No need to be surprised. It's Cowboys time. Yeah. Start Gordy next. He said Eagles defense wasn't sexy last year. Yeah. Start Gordy next. Philadelphia Eagles front four was basically it's your mom or your auntie in a house coat. Might not be sexy, but getting the job done. Everything is taken care of. Everything is taken care of. She ain't got to show everything that she got. She ain't got to be all sexy. Only for your daddy. Amen, Walls. She taking care of everything. She's sexy to your daddy, and everybody is glad because mama taking care of business. Yeah, we got a defense. We got a front four that it ain't going to be the sexiest front four you've seen in a long time. But I tell you this, I believe we're about to have the best offensive line we've had in a decade. in a decade. I'm telling us. I love everything we're doing.
A week or two ago.
Yeah.
Is there just like the personal part of this versus the business part? Is it kind of hard to reconcile sometimes where you make friends with these guys and then they're gone in the blink of an eye?
Yes and no at the same time. Like it definitely sucks. You know what I mean? But just trying to focus on the positives. Like I said, bro, like what he's able to do with his for his family, with the money that he's getting, and then just being paid what he deserves to be paid. You know what I mean? So just focusing on that.
Did you think it would ever come to this?
Leave it alone, bro. I know y'all want the Cowboys to say they're devastated. The Cowboys are not devastated. They're glad. They wanted this mess to be gone. They are not moving on. The Cowboys have moved on. The media won't accept it because the media, let me tell y'all something. Newsflash, the media is more hurt than the Cowboys. The Cowboys media members are more hurt than the Cowboys themselves. I'm sorry, bro. If the Cowboys themselves aren't hurt, then I'm not hurt. If the Cowboys are glad, then I'm glad. If they're not devastated, I'm not devastated. Man, we moved on.
I was not expecting it at all, but, you know, kind of is the nature of the business. You never know, you know.
When your coaches have used the word, front offices use the word unanimous.
Listen to these divisive questions. Now, they want to come behind the back of Jerry Jones. They want to come behind the back of what's been reported. And now they want to try to put Osa Odigizua on the spot and say, it was unanimous. Osa, were you one of the unanimous ones? This media is messy. If this is Stephen A. Smith, I get it. The Dallas media. This is sabotage. They literally, and they don't disguise it, they try to cause division amongst this team every opportunity they get. This is a divisive question. It was unanimous. Were you one of the ones? Listen.
In making that decision in the locker room, how do you feel like that trade was received?
I mean, I don't know. I probably agree with what Coach said, but at the same time, like locker room, we don't really have time to dwell on it.
Can I clue us in on something? Can I clue us in on something? If I am not mistaken, Osa Odigizua is one of the 6 captains on the Cowboys team. If I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me. The Cowboys also have some sort of leadership council with the players. So anybody who knows how Jerry Jones thinks, what does Jerry Jones think about the players on his team that make the most money? What does Jerry Jones expect them to do? Be leaders. You don't think that Osa Odigizua was a part of that leadership council? You want to talk about sabotage. I'm telling you, I would never want to work for any organization that this line of questioning is necessary for me to be successful. If this line of questioning is necessary, especially if it's the team that, because I'm going to tell you about me. I wouldn't cover a team I don't love. Maybe I'm crazy, y'all. I wouldn't cover a team I don't love. I have had people ask me to cover the Pittsburgh Steelers, the San Francisco 49ers, multiple teams. Why would I cover another team? Now, I do got something to where, and I won't talk about it now, but it's a little bit more different than this. If I was just going to cover, let's just say, sports in general, well, that would be easy for me because I don't really like any of those teams. I would just be covering these teams for information, to get it out to people. But I would not cover a team. I'm not going to cover a team I don't like. I'm not going to dedicate this kind of time, this type of resources, not to a team that I don't love and like. And I wouldn't write for a team. I wouldn't work for a publication. I wouldn't do that. How am I? And I guess I'm coming to the reality of covering the Cowboys don't mean you like them. That's the part I got to wrap my head around. As a content creator of the media family, I love the team. I'm objective when it comes to the team. But what I will not do is try to destroy the team in the eyes of the fan base. I refuse to do that. I don't want to bring the negativity to the team in the eyes of the fan base. And with these beat writers, players read, players see stuff that they're reporting on. This dude is literally trying to get Osa Odigizua to betray his own coach, his owner, and his team. It's criminal. This ain't journalism. You can call it journalism. It's not journalism. It's criminal. What are you expecting this man to say? Yeah, it actually wasn't unanimous. I stood up. And I said no. Let me tell you what unanimous means also. My father-in-law was an elder in the church. And when we used to meet as men, my father-in-law would say, whatever disagreement, we're going to have a men's meeting. And whatever disagreement we have, let's do it right now. Knock down, drag out. But when we walk out that room, we're unanimous. Some people don't know what that means. Unanimous. That we've talked through it. We see the pros and the cons. And is it the best thing for the team at the end of the day? Even if you don't agree, but we have to agree on this point. We don't have to agree on whether or not we don't want Micah Parsons, but can we agree that it's the best thing for the team for us to move on and for him to move on? And for somebody to try to get somebody to betray their team, I couldn't even fathom myself. Not for a team that I cover and a team that I love. I couldn't fathom myself asking this question. And that's why I'm coming to the conclusion. Everybody that covered the Cowboys, they don't like the Cowboys. They like what the Cowboys do for them, but they don't like the Cowboys. And this questioning is disgusting. I don't care what anybody says.
Got a game on Thursday.
Where were you when it happened?
Tell him, Osa.
It's in my living room.
What's the key for slowing down Saquon?
I feel like great running back. Just tackling, gang tackling, you know.
What's that kind of Flus's MO? Is that Flus's MO anyway, regardless of the back? Like, get everybody the ball anyway?
1,000%. 11 hats on any ball carrier.
Were there differing opinions on Micah in the locker room?
Who is this dude? Who is this over here to the left? Bro, he just answered the question. Now you even trying to get him to betray his locker room. Were there varying opinions in the locker room? Woo, this couldn't be me. Sir, you're being very, very disrespectful and disingenuous. Why are you trying to get me to answer questions to divide this team? I will answer no more of your questions, sir. I'm telling you, I would have to put this guy in his place. These questions are crazy wicked.
Next question. Not really trying.
Tell this dude. You have to learn. I told some people one time, stop thinking you have to answer every question somebody asks you. You don't have to answer every question. Reserve the right to not answer a question. People will try to ask you the same questions in different ways to make you conflict yourself and disrupt whatever it is you have going on in your life. This is wicked work. This is wicked work.
Get into that.
Also, how happy are you that Deron Bland was able to get paid and get a new contract extension?
Man, that's dope. Like I said, love everybody that I play with. So when I see a guy able to do a lot and get that kind of money and be able to do things for his family, I know that feeling is second to none. So I'm extremely happy for him.
From a scheme standpoint, how much were you guys in Matt Eberflus' defense kind of incorporating Micah, even though he wasn't really like in practice, or were you guys kind of preparing for life without him, I guess, during from a scheming standpoint?
I mean, everybody was getting reps, you know, so I feel like we're prepared.
Without him as a pass rusher, obviously, you know, a lot of sacks over the last 4 seasons. How much does that kind of motivate you guys as a pass rusher to try and kind of replace, I guess, what Micah brought to you guys?
You know, same amount of opportunities that we've always had in terms of pass rush, especially the ones that we create by stopping the run. So just all got to take advantage of the opportunities that we're getting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to take a minute or two.
I don't know who that guy was to the left of Oso Digizul. That was just disgusting. That's just disgusting to me.
Definitely means a lot.
That you're literally trying to get a player to betray his own team. Disgusting. It's the only way I can slice it. It is disgusting. And don't tell me that is not somebody's job. No, that's a choice. If that's what your job is, find your new one. Find your new one.
And when people say that,
let's check out Sam Williams. I think this man right here sees opportunity.
Be more reps, more opportunities because he's gone. Not that you weren't going to get a chance to make the most of yours if he was here, but there may be more snaps for you.
Well, I feel like if you watch practice and stuff, I feel like the opportunity was going to be there anyways, even if he was here. More reps and opportunities because, like, every day in practice, there was no fall off. There was no fall off day. I went hard every day. And I gained the coach's trust, my players, teammates' trust. And like if you ask them, like you'll just ask them. Like they'll tell you that Sam brought it every day, and that's the main objective. Like to gain the trust of the people around, so I can be in those situations with Micah, you know. But he's gone now, so I feel like, yeah.
Let me tell you about Sam Williams' energy. Sam Williams is moving with a different type of energy, y'all. Did you hear what Sam Williams just told Clarence Hill? Sometimes you got to really understand what this man just told Clarence Hill. Clarence Hill is basically asking him that because now Micah Parsons is gone, are you kind of glad you're going to get more reps or you're going to get more reps or whatever the case may be. Sam Williams is saying, bro, this ain't got nothing to do with Micah Parsons. I got more reps because I worked my butt off. Don't try to come up in here saying I'm getting more reps because somebody not here. I'm Sam Williams. This dude moving with a different type of energy. Sam Williams is moving with a different type of energy, boy. Sam Williams is doing exactly what I would be doing. What you think this is, man? I'm a grown man and I'm a football player. I worked my butt off to get back healthy. I worked my butt off to get to this point, and I'm not on the field. I'm not getting the reps because Michael is not here. It's not the only reason. Nah, bruh, ask the coaches. I got the reps because I'm balling, and I was going to get reps even with Micah Parsons here. Tell him, bro. Where's this man? Yeah, you know, because of that, you get these. Man, I was getting these opportunities. Had nothing to do with Micah Parsons.
You talk about, so you gain the trust of teammates and coaches, but then I would imagine that coaches earn the trust of the players.
Right.
So what is it that you've seen from the staff that has you trusting in them?
They're consistent, you know. Every day they bring the energy and the positions that they put us in. I mean, I feel like we're just gonna be great, you know. It's like a blind trust, you know. We can't see the results until we play. So I don't know if that answers your question.
And see, this attitude right here, I love it. I think these guys kind of know they're going to be good, but they also understand they got to get it on the field. They understand they have to get it on the field. They're not getting ahead of themselves. They understand they have to get it on the field. But I think they're excited about putting it on the field. And I'm going to tell you something, man. The way God works sometimes, people just got to appreciate God. These guys don't have to do anything different because Micah Parsons was not practicing anyway. Sometimes, man, you just got to thank God. This is why you got to keep your nose down, do what you're supposed to do. Don't keep your eye on the next man. You keep your eye on the man, and you do your doggone job, and God will open up doors. Sam Williams has the opportunity of a lifetime. Not only does Sam Williams have an opportunity of a lifetime, the Cowboys have an opportunity too. Because Sam Williams had that you know, he broke out. I'm thinking it was the second season. Then he gets the injury, comes back this season, and if he looks really good, you don't have to give him you don't have to make him one of the highest paid edge rushers in the league. Man, you get a bargain on Sam Williams if he has a good season this year. Man, you get this dude at a bargain. At a bargain or a trade, no matter how you slice it. The Cowboys win if Sam Williams comes out here and does exactly what we think he can do. Shoot, Sam hyped. Y'all can tell me anything y'all want to, but Sam moving for Sam. Sam is saying, hey, man, I'm going to show this team that I deserve to get whatever I get this year. Shoot. Micah Parsons got traded. Sam started posting weightlifting videos. Boy, y'all better stop playing with Sam Williams. Sam Williams is in the moment. Sam Williams is saying the doors have opened. I'm kicking them things down.
But it is a two-way street.
It is a two-way street, yes, ma'am.
Sam, it's been roughly 18 months since you've taken a football snap against an opponent in the NFL. Just talk about how hungry you are to get out there and do some damage.
I'm very hungry, but at the same time, I'm patient. You know, we got, 2-3 more days to play. So at the end of the day, I just got to, keep trusting the process, be where my feet at. And I don't want to get too excited, because that's when Sam started making penalties and jumping out, all that stuff. I just want to be great, man. Like, I couldn't ask for a better opportunity than I have now, and I just want to, just go out there and showcase all the hard work I put in.
And what can the addition of Kenny Clark in the middle of the defensive line, do for guys like yourself, Dante and Ezra, who need it?
It's getting good. Like we starting to work together more and get that communication down, because that's the biggest thing with the defensive line. And defense is all about communication. If we get that down, and of course he's a superstar player, so of course at the end of the day we just got to match each other, and work as a unit.
What the goal is for the team and yourself, Super Bowl. As an individual, what can 2025 be for Sam Williams?
Just give my all, man. Just be where I'm supposed to be, play hard, and and just do everything I can You know, it's me versus me this year, you know. I don't look at anybody else. I just look at the man in front of me, and I got to beat him. That's it.
What did I say? All you need to focus on is him and him. You don't look at the next man. Your battle is not with the next man. I did a whole sermon on this a few weeks ago. Your battle is not with the next man. Your battle is with the man inside of you. The battle is the woman inside of you. The battle is the person across from you in the mirror. If you can win that battle, every other battle becomes child's play. The only thing we can control is ourselves. We don't get to control the next man. I don't predicate what I do on the next man. I'm not trying to compete with nobody. I got to do what I got to do to be the best that I can be in the way that God has given me to do it. Sam Williams is, I'm telling y'all, Sam Williams is moving different. Sam was moving like this before Micah. Sam is saying, man, this is my opportunity. This ain't got nothing to do with Micah. This got everything to do with me. Because the only one that's been messing up my career is me. Sam. Boy, I'm ready. Poobie D, you saying something powerful. We've been missing defensive tackles. Osa Odigizua and Kenny Clark. We don't have to worry about calling them generational. But I can tell you this. This may be the best 1-tech, 3-tech combination we've had in decades. When you tell me we got Osa, we got Kenny, we got Jay Toya, we got Solomon Thomas, and we got Mozzie Smith all up in there. Not only do we got some dudes, we got depth. We got enough depth. We got enough depth to where we can kind of keep our guys fresh. Maybe they don't play 60 snaps. Maybe we get them all playing around 40 snaps. We fix it to where we're running situational now. We're running situational packages. We don't have to just say, these are the 4 down linemen every single drive, and then when they get tired, and you think about what we would do to Micah. Micah would be running all over the place the whole game. And did you notice what would happen in some crucial moments? Michael would be running so hard. We got to bring him on the sideline and we're like, wait, it's 3rd and 12. Why we got Micah Parsons on the sideline? Because we got him playing every down. Maybe we don't have to play all these players every down. Got us some situational packages. Got us some different things we can do. Boy, these boys, I'm telling you, the Cowboys have got options. They got options. And Poobie D, the linebackers. I'm telling us, Dan Quinn is somewhere right now telling a friend or his wife, boy, if Jerry would have got me those linebackers when I was there. If Jerry would have got me those linebackers, I was only asking for 1. He's giving Matt Eberflus 3. Not to mention Maurice Leofau. Not to mention Shamar James. This man basically got 2 or 3 potentially good and 2 or 3 great linebackers. This team's defense looks so much better. The concern right now, okay, cornerback. Can Trayvon Diggs stay healthy? Trayvon Diggs, breaking news, not so breaking news. He said it's 75 to an 80% chance he's going to start. Gwen Bowden said tag team back again. She said, whoop, there's Clark. Them boys gonna be nice. Ron Hanna up in this thing. What up, Ron Hanna? Ron Hanna said, what up, G in chat? He said, at work, brother, but can't miss the show 2 days, man. Let's go. What up, Ron? I'm telling this, man, I'm loving this defense. Mr. 1972 Chevelle, man, that thing is clean in that orange and black, or was that red and black? Either way, that thing is clean. He said, hit that like button. My man, Robert M. Financier, What's going on with you, Robert Hill 31? Good to see you up in here. My man up in here, he said we got a 0-1-3 tech, bull rushers and a pass rusher and a run stopper. And a partridge in a pear tree. Derek Posey. He said, yep, what up, Daniel? What up, Darren? Zay 33, he said, I got Dallas 41, Eagles 10. Let me tell you something. We got an opportunity to blow the doors off these boys. They don't know what we got. The 70s fan show said we got a one-tech beast and he can rush the passer. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Robert Dudley, what's up? Kenny is good at shedding blocks and bouncing off two guys. Boy, you are not lying, boy. Boy, you not lying. This dude nice, man. Mile High City. And I'm going to tell you now, the #1 YouTube content creator that has been screaming one tech is Boss Cowboy. And if Boss Cowboy tell you that the one tech position is solid, we in this thing. I'm just telling you. We in this thing. If he tell you we in this thing, we in this thing, man. We in this thing for sure. We in this thing for sure. So I'm glad what the Cowboys have done. I'm very glad what they've done on defense. Let's see. Sam Williams. This dude, Sam Williams, is moving different. Sam Williams is seeing that he has a golden opportunity, and he felt like that even before. Oh, yeah, Big Mouse Dog. Yes, sir. I remember that boy, Jim Jeffcoat. Yeah, Leon Lett. Woo! Y'all see how far we going back? Some of the young folks are talking about who? Jim Jeffcoat, Leon Lett. Shoo. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. I'm liking what we doing. Minor DB1, appreciate it. He said, I just subscribed. Let's go. He said, I think you got my mind right. Jerry Jones is pulling jingles in front of our eyes. Hey, man, I'm telling us, all these people that's trying to pay Jerry as a doggone crazy person, they may be eating crow by the end of the season. Hot Boy 2390, he said Cowboys 23, Eagles 13. Boy, y'all already giving them predictions, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's check out the last 30 seconds of old Sam.
On the subject of the Eagles, just watch you film, Aaron, what do you make of their offensive line? What do you think is going to be the key to success on Thursday?
Get off, communication. It's just who wants it more, honestly. And I want it bad, you know. This is my first game back since being injured. I'm very excited, but also patient. And I just want us to go out and be ourselves, because only we can beat ourselves, you know. And that's how I feel. So I just want to go out there and just play ball, like just play.
Man, it's one of the best honors I had.
Yeah, these boys ready, man. These boys ready, man. People don't understand that this thing with Micah Parsons, I believe, is going to galvanize this team. I believe this team is going to come together in ways that they didn't even imagine. This is the kind of stuff that you bond teams with. We're going to look more at offense tomorrow. We're going to come back and do CD, George Pickens, Javonte Williams. We'll focus more on offense tomorrow. But I really want to focus in and hone in on the Dallas Cowboys defense, because this is the part to me where the biggest question marks are. I mean, we've already seen Dak. We know what Dak looked like when he's healthy. We know what Dak looked like with CeeDee Lamb. We know that Dak, we can only imagine in our dreams what Dak Prescott may look like with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens and Jake Ferguson healthy, and this dude Cavonte Turpin and Tolbert if he makes that another step, that next step that people have been talking about. I mean, we already know what this team is going to look like. We got to see what the run game is going to look like. But I feel real good about Cooper Beebe. I feel dynamite about Ty Smith. I feel very good about Tyler Booker. I think that the only question for me right now is Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele. Man, if them boys are good to go, the Cowboys are going to be insane on offense. Only thing I'm worried about the most is our defense. I don't want all this. I don't want no shootouts. I want the Cowboys to dominate teams. I want us to dominate teams. I don't want 20 points. I want us to keep teams at 13 points if we can. Ron Mack up in this thing. What up, Ron Mack? He said, I believe we got us a nose tackle. He said, then they got in a pass rusher. Kenny Clark does just what he wants. He's not a one-trick pony. Yeah. But, I don't think this is, with Micah, they're getting an incredible pass rusher. But are you really studying this game? Your interior defensive line, if you look at the Super Bowl trend, is more important than your premier edge rusher. You really want the interior of that defensive line to be good. Because, guys, let's be honest. Had we had an interior defensive line, we go to the Super Bowl in 2016. If we would have had an interior defensive line, we probably go to the NFC Championship game in 2023. We have been dead in the trenches. We've been dead in the trenches. And the teams that are winning, they're not sexy because no one is acknowledging they're winning on the interior defensive line. This is why Aaron Donald was such a disruptor. Aaron Donald was so good, he made everybody around him good. Now we got us a tackle. We'll see how it goes, but I think he's going to be good. Dolores Ennis, appreciate it. She said, Boss showed me, mentioned you in his chat earlier. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, Dolores. Yeah, Kevin Howard. Yeah, Big Nate Newton. Hey, man, man. Robert M. said after the day, can we permanently stall the Parsons chatter? All due respect, it's your channel. I'm just saying. Robert M. Man, hey, you already see where I am. We moved on from this. Man, we have moved on from Micah Parsons. All we are worried about is what we got here. We got to keep our feet where they are. And we got to deal with the team that we have. And I think the team that we have is incredible. I think it's incredible. We got to be so excited about this, man. Let's listen to Dante Fowler. It's only 1 minute, and then we're going to listen to some John Gruden.
Basketball. From a defensive standpoint, what's the biggest key for you guys to walk out of there?
It's going to be a physical game. We got to be on our keys, and we just got to be a mentally disciplined, physical team. And I feel like as long as we do that and we take it one play at a time, I think we'll be just fine.
You've had a double-digit sack season, but these other guys like Sam, Marshawn, and Donovan haven't. What should people expect from them?
I think they should expect, productive play from out of them. Sam, he's been sitting out for a year, so he's fresh. He's ready to go. Donovan coming off a 15, 16 sack season in college. And
16 and a half to be correct, but go ahead.
It translated to the NFL very well. And Marshawn, he got his feet wet very early with, playing as a rookie. And I feel like me and him was talking about that today. People don't know how big of an advantage that is to go out there as a rookie and be able to play in the trenches as a pro, because that's something that's very tough. So once you get that under your belt and you get your feet wet, you'd be ready to go. Donovan, he's just naturally pass rusher. Like, he can wake up out of bed and rush, just like how James Houston can. So
I am telling y'all, people do not understand yet what I'm saying. James Houston can rush the passer. James Houston. Nobody's saying he's generational. I don't even think we need generational. We've had it before, and it didn't net us what we wanted. What we need is that interior defensive line. And if we got that right between Osa and Kenny, I'm telling us, James Houston can rush the passer. We already know Dante Fowler can rush the passer. We already know Sam Williams can be a disruptor when he's on his game. You got to get his head right with these penalties and stuff. We already know Donovan Ezeraku. Y'all just be patient on Donovan Ezeraku. They on purpose, I'm telling you, they did not want this kid out there spinning and jabbing and all. They didn't want him doing all that. They just wanted him to get the feel for the speed of the pro game. Get out there, very vanilla. Run at the quarterback, very limited. I'm telling us what they did to this kid. When we see this kid play on Thursday, watch how different he looks. I don't know how many snaps he gets, but watch how different he looks. Tony Luzzatto back up in here. What up with you? Tony Luzzatto, love the underdog role. He said, wait till this team gels together. Sky's the limit. These boys about to do something, man. I'm loving what they doing. Newhouse fam, you already know where I am. I'm with you. Bro, if we can handle Charles Haley. Boy, if we could handle Charles Haley back in the 90s. Boy, this stuff Christian Wilkins, boy, the stuff they talking about with Christian Wilkins is child's play, man. Boy, it's child's play. Boy, Newhouse fam, Wilkins, Clark, and Osa, Solomon Thomas, Jay Toya. I'm even throwing Mozzie in there. Woo! Boy. I don't think the Cowboys are done, though. I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done. Look like we got another Eagles fan up in here. He said the only thing Kenny Clark gonna clog is the toilet. I don't mind him clogging the toilet, long as he clog up them run lanes from Jalen Hurts and from Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. JH, you stay too. Hey, I want you to make sure you be back up in here Thursday night. If y'all beat us, I still want you up in here Thursday night. I want you up in here clowning on Thursday night. I mean, I don't know how long the regulator's gonna let you be up in here, but I want you come back up in here Thursday to see what this thing is, because I think you're gonna be surprised. Y'all already, and come on now, you know y'allself, y'all had problems with, y'all know who Kenny Clark is. Y'all seen him too. Y'all had problems with him too. That man, Kenny Clark, is a player, man. He a player.
We have like James, he had 8 sacks in 7 games. So,
James can rush the passer.
I like that. I like the way he rushed. I like our edge rushers. And the addition with A-Dub, Coach Aaron, our defensive line coach. He did an amazing job when he was with the Jets. And he had a lot of great guys, put out a lot of great film. So I think with that combination and the hungriness of the guys in the room, we'll be ready to go.
All right, Dante, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. These guys, man, I'm telling you, these Cowboys, man, I'm telling you, these players are ready to go. These players are absolutely ready to go. And I'm telling you, I absolutely love everything that we're talking about here with the Cowboys. Okay, let's go to, have any of you ever watched John Gruden's channel? I ran across it last year. Let me read a couple things, man. I was over here trying to do some research, and I still hadn't found what I wanted to find. But I think there's something that I talked about, and I don't know if some of you remember that I said this, but I found an article over on Reddit, and they were talking about Matt Eberflus. And I made this same comment about Matt Eberflus. Boy, let me tell you, a lot of these people in Chicago, boy, they were not big on Matt Eberflus as a head coach. But I do think Matt Eberflus, the defense coordinator, is better than Matt Eberflus, the head coach. I think this is the perfect situation for him. We'll see how it goes. But Bushido playing 2 years ago, he said something that I said about this bend, don't break defense. What makes the bend, don't break defense work that people don't understand? It works extremely well when you have super studs on your defense. Because if you have super studs on your defense, you're actually not breaking. You're actually not breaking and bending. You're actually not bending or breaking a lot. You're actually stopping people when you have super studs on this bend, don't break defense. I want you to see something that Bushido Plan said, because it's exactly what I was speaking to. Eberflus schemes only work if we have a strong front four. So I want you to think about what the Cowboys did. The Cowboys literally went and got themselves exactly what Eberflus needs to make this defense successful. He needs a strong front four. It says in 2021, the Colts had DeForest Buckner, 7 sacks, and Al-Qaeda Muhammad, who had 6 sacks that season on the defensive line. Now remember what I told you. When you have these interior defensive linemen and you can get them to 7, 6, 7, 8 sacks, that is incredible when you're talking about the interior. Them boys balling when you're getting sack numbers like that. It says that this cover 2 bend but don't break stuff doesn't work with our terrible front four and the minimal adjustments we do. Now, I want you to think back to Clarence Hill asking Matt Eberflus, we've had trouble stopping the run around here for decades. What is your plan to stop the run? And Matt Eberflus replied back to Clarence Hill, you need players for that. Duh. Matt Eberflus was basically saying, as we're currently constructed, we might not have those players. As they're currently constructed, the Cowboys have a really, really good front four. Let's look at this real quick. You don't have to, again. People are mistaken on this. You don't need the best fill in the blank in the league to win Super Bowls. You need the best team to win Super Bowls. There's a difference. There's a difference. And that's the part people miss. There's a difference. And when you go to the Cowboys' defensive line, their front four looks extremely good. Kenny Clark at the 1, Osa at the 3, Nealon on the left, Fowler on the right. That's good. That's good. Not only is it good, but because Fowler can actually rush the passer, Kenny and Osa are going to be monsters in the middle. We already know Osa can get up the field. We already know that Kenny can push guards and centers out of the way in the backfield, throw them up in there if you want to. Marshawn Nealon is the new DeMarcus Lawrence. This team's front four is so good on paper. Dante Fowler is proven. Osa is proven. All we got to do now, and Kenny Clark is proven. Marshawn Nealon, we're going to see what he is this season. But even when you look at, and this is probably my first and second down, but when I move to third down, or it's a passing down, in comes Donovan Ezeraku. In comes Sam Williams. I might even do what I saw the Cowboys do in training camp. I might put Sam Williams at linebacker. I might have a look where I rush him from the linebacker position. When you look at what the Cowboys have done, it's like they're getting away from the stars and they're moving back towards the star. The 53 brand stuff had to go. They need one brand, the Cowboys. They need one voice. the Cowboys. They need one way of doing things. All this rock star stuff, we saw what happened in 1994. We saw what happened in 1994 when Jimmy left. They lost that. They didn't even go to Super Bowl that year. Then in the 95 year, it culminated into they had to go get more talent in Deion Sanders. And then after that, it was destroyed. Jimmy was winning with one voice, with, don't get me wrong, talent, and the Cowboys have talent, but also winning with mentality and culture. And even when you look at the Cowboys linebacking crew, Leofau, Murray Jr., Jack Sanborn, Damone Clark has looked good. Again, I mentioned Shamar James. Question mark for me, Trayvon, can we keep him healthy? DeRon Bland, Kyrie Elam, does he bounce back? Other than that, I'm liking what we're doing with the Cowboys. I'm liking what we're doing. Just got to see it on, now we got to see it on the field. But I'm telling you, this Cowboys defense, it looks good. And so what this guy said, if you got a very good front four, it works. Look at this. Too much reliance on generating pressure with the front four. And we all know how little pressure we generate. Little to no blitz, no creativity. If the front four can't get to the quarterback, it's basically game over for our defense. This is kind of how Eberflus coaches. But they have given him a good front four to where Osa can get to the quarterback. Kenny can get pushed. Dante Fowler can rush the quarterback. Nealon can play the run. And I'm pretty sure he can rush the quarterback at some level too. So the Cowboys have done a very good thing. They've done a very good thing. And we definitely ought to be proud of this team. The only thing where people are trying to hold a cloud over the Cowboys' head is they're trying to hold the cloud over the Cowboys' head because of the Micah Parsons issue. And it's crazy to me how much this media, they're more in love. We have a media that's more in love with a player than a team. I don't get it. I thought there was one more in here. I thought James Houston. I thought it was, but that's Javonte. Okay, we'll go offense tomorrow. For sure, we'll go offense tomorrow as we're building up to Thursday. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. All 632 of you that I can see so far. Appreciate you. Let's get over here to John Gruden. I am telling y'all, man, if y'all have not heard John Gruden break these games down, man, boy, John Gruden is nice, man. Bruce, 3613, not Wayne. He says, let's ruin that Lincoln Field party. Yes, sir. Appreciate that $2 super chat. All right, let's check out John Gruden, guys. If you hadn't heard it before, you are in for a treat. And if you have not subscribed to John Gruden's channel, man, I'm telling you, go do it and tell him that Let's Talk Cowboys is the one who sent you. In case he want to copyright strike me, maybe he'll see that I'm giving his work credit and he'll let us use this and use more in the future. Let's go.
You're not going to believe this. What? Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers.
No way. What'd they get?
Kenny Clark, 2 firsts.
Oh, my God. Damn.
Yep.
I was hoping the Bucks would get him.
So was I.
Oh, man, we're going to have to reshoot the whole game. The whole dynamic of the game has changed. We're going to have to shoot this again. Okay, the Philadelphia Eagles at home, the defending world champions against the Dallas Cowboys. What a way to start the season. I get the goosebumps again, man. Well, here we go. That's football.
Yeah. Boy, I'm telling y'all, boy, y'all in for a treat. Gruden is nice with it. Asante Turner said people act like Dallas trading for Kenny Clark and 2 potential late-round draft picks. Asante Turner. Watch this part. This league is weird. And don't let me say it's weird. But this league is strange sometimes. You may be thinking, and we may be thinking, and all of us may be thinking today, that those are late round, first round picks. This is a battle of attrition. These could very well turn into, one of these could turn into a top 20 pick. One of these could easily turn into a top 20 pick. But Asante Turner says that they acting like we got swindled. Quentin Mitchell, 22nd pick. Cooper DeJean, 40th pick. Nolan Smith, 30th pick. And all three OG, and all three of them. Oh, yeah. Man, the Cowboys are salivating. They salivating. Aussie, you make another great point. I said it last night. We had 52 sacks last year. Michael had 12. Robert Dudley said, we have a lot of people to throw at teams. It's a good thing, G. Yeah. 11 or number 1. Things move real fast, so if you blink, you might miss it. Yeah, man, I'm excited. JG real. JG for real. I love this saying. I use it all the time in my personal life. Quality over quantity. Cowboys have got some really good players, if that's what you mean. They got some quality players, and I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Mile High City, he said disciplined defense. Dak getting back to being the best at third downs and scoring on opening drives. Dallas will get to the NFC Championship game or beyond. Love it. Anthony Malone up in this thing. He said if you watching, you must be liking. Hit that like button if you looking. Yo, I appreciate you, Anthony Malone. Let's go. Made man up in this thing again. What's going on? He said, watching the early to mid-90s Cowboys was the last time I truly felt this anxious for a season to start. An explosive O offense and a run-stopping D. Gonna feel like old times. I'm all for it. Let's go, Big D. Now, y'all might not remember, but I had created the Jimmy Johnson scale. And I'm starting to feel like, again, we're at the 91-ish. 91-ish, teetering on 92-ish. In 91, we made a huge step, even with Troy Aikman being injured. But in 92, we picked up Charles Haley, and we went banana bonkers. Jerry has picked up George Pickens. We can't let this get lost in the sauce. He went and got George Pickens. The Cowboys went and got Harper, I think, in maybe 91. And now, we didn't necessarily need the edge because we had been doing things on the edge with Micah Parsons, and it really wasn't getting us what we wanted. But we went and said, we're going to get us some good edge rushers, not generational. And we want to go and get us a great 1 tech to go along with what we believe is a great 3 tech. Cowboys may have solved their 30-year drought. And what we are going to see this year, I'm even more adamant about this now. I think what we're going to see here is exactly what the Cowboys did in 91. As that team started coming together, they flashed in 91. And everybody was like, wait a minute. This team looks really good, even under Steve Berline, or up under Berline. 92 rolled around, got Charles Haley. And I think we've already done that. I think what the Cowboys are going to do to really make this team dynamite is what they're going to do in free agency and especially in the draft in 2026. And I still say the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl in 2026. I'm not ruling out this year. But if they get there this year, they're going to repeat next year because this roster going to be crazy. Man, you can literally go get the top pass rusher in the country next year. You can get the top pass rusher in the country. You'll have an opportunity at a top 3 defensive tackle in the country. You'll have an opportunity, if you're not satisfied with your run game, you'll have an opportunity to get a top 10 running back in the country. Man, the Cowboys are going to be able to go in the draft and get instant difference makers. And they're going to get that much better that fast. All right, let's check out Gruden.
Okay, opening night. It's the Dallas Cowboys, 7-10 a year ago, heading to Philadelphia to play the world champion, 14-3 Philadelphia Eagles. I cannot wait for this game. We have to do it again, you see, because we previewed the game, we edited it, we had it all ready to go, and then the Micah Parsons trade had happened, so I had to come in here in the middle of the freaking night and do it again. Keep an eye on the Cowboys' Micah Parsons, but we don't know what his status is with this contract. That's what we do here at the FFCA.
Yeah.
We grind, man. We try to get it right, bring you quality content. Know what I mean? Knock on wood if you're with me. Anyways, this is a great rivalry. I was a part of this rivalry for 3 years. Back in 1995, the Dallas Cowboys came to Philadelphia. I was the offensive coordinator. 13-13 tie late in the game, fourth quarter. Head coach Barry Switzer of the Cowboys on 4th and 1 from his own 25-yard line goes for it. They hand the ball to Emmitt Smith behind Moose Johnson. Kaboom! Man, we get the ball. We're going to win the game. Well, they said we took a timeout. They made us do it again. They gave Dallas a do-over. Switzer went for it again. Same handoff, Aikman to Emmitt. Bam! We knocked it out again, got the ball, kicked their ass. We won the game. Still, I get goosebumps. Greatest day of my life. A couple years later, we were in Dallas. I was offensive coordinator. They kicked our ass. I was walking to the press box, getting to the elevator, and all these Cowboy guys with cowboy hats, they said, come on back here next year, boy. We love having you. Well, we came in there with Ty Detmer, and we shredded them, man. And we had an interception, pick six, took it to the house. Woo! This is a big rivalry. Football season is here, and whether you're grinding through the week or getting ready for
Gruden's production level is way up, man.
Kickoff, there's one ride that's always game ready, the Chevy Silverado. Built for the hustle, ready for the game. Silverado is America's most dependable full-size truck. Head to Chevy.com to learn more and build your own Chevy Silverado. This game features Nick Sirianni, head coach of the Eagles, 4-0 in opening ball games. He's right now on track as one of the greatest head football coaches ever in his first 4 years. I mean, he's been to 2 Super Bowls and won one. Take that, all you critics. He's going up against Brian Schottenheimer, the Dallas Cowboys. What a football name that is. Son of head coach Marty Schottenheimer. This is his first game as the head coach of the Cowboys. Jerry Jones and Will McClay make a lot of these football decisions, and it'll be those two men matching wits against Howie Roseman, the GM of the Eagles. And what a job Howie Roseman has done. He doesn't sit still. They win a championship, and you'll see they're still making a lot of changes in an attempt to get back to the Super Bowl and win it. There is a huge amount of drama going on this week with the Micah Parsons trade. Hell, every podcast has people talking about this trade. It's going to be a dramatic situation. Will it galvanize the Cowboys? Will they rally around themselves?
See, that's the question that I'm asking. This is a great opportunity for the Cowboys to rally. It is.
And maybe it will galvanize them. Or will it just demoralize them and deflate them? It'll be interesting to see how the Cowboys come out of the tunnel against the vaunted world champion Philadelphia Eagles, their rival, while the Philadelphia Eagles hoist up a world championship banner. That should piss off Dallas if I know the Cowboys like I think I do. Last year, this was a lopsided ball game, both of them. The Philadelphia Eagles got a can of whoop-ass, and they went to Dallas, thrashed them 34-6. That was the first game Dallas played without Dak Prescott. Remember, Prescott did not play. And in the second game, end of season, meaningless game. All the backup quarterbacks played. Philly 41-7. That's 81-13. That was a can of whoop-ass that exploded on Dallas. But Jalen Hurts, quarterback of the Eagles, at home in this Beautiful stadium in Philly. He's 27-4 all time. He wins at home. You got to know that. Prescott returns, the $60 million man for Dallas. Dak Prescott is 9-4 all time against the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's won 4 out of his last 5. He's healthy. He's determined. He's the undisputed leader. Can he pull off a huge upset when everybody doubts the Cowboys? Philadelphia is looking to three-peat. They want to win the NFC East for the 3rd straight season. And the Dallas Cowboys, 29 years it's been since they've been to the NFC Championship game. That's as long as anybody in football. So they shook things up this week and got everybody's attention. I kind of like it personally. You know, when you think about opening games, first game of the year, I don't care where I've been, Raiders, 49ers, Buccaneers, Eagles, I don't care where I've been, you have to deal with a lot of uncertainty. Both teams have new coaches, whether it be an assistant or a head coach. There's new players on the team. There's a new attitude, good or bad. There's also a conditioning factor. Hell, none of these guys even play in the preseason anymore. What kind of shape are they in? We don't know. We'll find out. Is the chemistry the same, good or bad? You don't stay the same in this business. You get better or worse. What about the officiating? It's their first game, too. You think these guys make all the right calls? Hell no. Are you out of your skull? They blow a lot of calls. They haven't been officiating together either. This will be interesting. And lastly, you know, I was nervous the first game as a broadcaster, for crying out loud. There's a lot of nerves, man, and excitement. I think the key personnel thought going into this game is the Micah Parsons trade. Let it settle in for a second, and you be the judge before we get all crazy here with these comments, you know what I mean, that you can't back up. Parsons, great player, a lot of production, 52.5 sacks in 4 years, 12 or more sacks in his first 4 seasons. Only Reggie White has done that. That puts him in rare air. 126 pressures and a 31% win rate over his first 4 years. That's pretty good. Number 1 in the league. So they're going to be missing Parsons. And now, how will that affect the Philadelphia Eagles' protection plan? Let's find out as the game unfolds. Who replaces Parsons? You think the Cowboys?
Now, I want to capitalize on what he just said. This is the part that people aren't understanding. This type of play by the edge rushers, it's not equating into Super Bowls. It's not even equating into playoff wins. Go check all these top paid pass rushers who are just right behind Micah Parsons, Max Crosby, TJ Watt. Myles Garrett overall has been the best on paper. What's the results? These guys are they're barely getting out of the first rounds. They're barely getting out of the first rounds. We make all the hoopla about these sacks. We make all the hoopla about what he talked about, the win rates, and people can bring in the double teams, and we can make all the hoopla about this. How are these guys affecting games, though? Why are they disappearing in big games? Why are edge rushers being nullified in big games? I think it's kind of simple when you look at the logic. One, if you just got a really good left tackle or right tackle, they can nullify some of the best pass rushers in the league. They can. Number 2, you run up the middle if the team isn't good on the interior defensive line. If they're undersized, you run at them. If they're regular size, you can still run at them. There are many different ways that you can nullify an edge rusher. The thing that's hard to nullify is a pass rush up the middle. What do? What's the answer for a pass rush up the middle? An edge rusher, extra tight end. I can even bring the line. I can bring the running back over the chip. I can do multiple things with an edge rusher. If you got a bull rush up the middle, what's your answer? Okay, you got a double team on one of them single, running back help, and then one of them works off the double team. What do you do next? That rush up the middle is more of a problem because it's directly in front of that quarterback. It disrupts the way he's thinking. It speeds up the clock way faster sometimes than edge rushers. You'll notice a lot of quarterbacks, they'll take those hits sometimes from those edge rushers because they don't speed up the clock the way when somebody's coming right at you, your clock speeds up that much, even more. And so again, I love all the stats he gave for Micah Parsons. We don't have to down him. He's a great edge rusher. But the problem is, none of that has been netting into playoff wins, not just for the Cowboys, for these other teams too. Not even Nick Bosa could get the San Francisco 49ers a Super Bowl. It's these interior defensive linemen, the Chris Jones of the world. That's what's doing it. That's what's doing it. The Philadelphia Eagles interior defensive line, that's what's doing it. I appreciate everything he's saying. The way you replace Micah Parsons again, it's not with another Micah Parsons. Better interior defensive line play. That's how you how you replace Micah Parsons. Because I'll tell you this, I'll take 12 sacks from my interior defensive lineman over an edge rusher. Because I know that if my interior defensive linemen are getting 12 sacks between the two of them, that means them boys getting up the field. They're pushing the run in the quarterback's lap, and they're pushing guards in his lap.
Are done with no edge rushers? Hell no. Why do you think they went out and drafted Donovan Ezeraku? Why do you think they did that? He's a second-round pick. He's out of Boston College. He led the country in sacks. Maybe they saw him all through training camp and said, damn, let's get him some reps. They also have the return of Sam Williams, former second-round pick out of Ole Miss. He was out all last year. This guy is big and strong. He has a power rush. He's got speed. He had 9 sacks in his first 2 years. So they have 2 rushers a lot of people don't know about. They also brought back Dante Fowler, man. He had 10.5 sacks for the Commanders last year. Fowler has 55.5 in his career. So there's 3 rushers nobody's talking about. I haven't heard anybody talking about him. And then they also got this Marshawn Nealon guy, a second-round pick 2 years ago. These are 4 defensive ends. And they have a new defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus. Shit, he might run a 3-down package with blitzes all over the place. You really don't know. And the Cowboys got Kenny Clark, a hell of a player from Green Bay, to be a run stuffer. They haven't stopped the run. Shit, they were 29th in the league last year in run defense. So perhaps they improved their run defense, and maybe they have some guys that can really get after your ass off the edge, and they got 2 first-round picks next year and the following year. I'm trying.
Tell him, John. Cowboys gonna be all right. Cowboys gonna be all right. A lot of people aren't gonna see this till later. Man, when you got your interior defensive line together, man, boy, you look different. You not only look different, you play different. You not only play different, you look different to teams. You start scaring teams when they realize you got an up-the-middle pass rush. Because that means they're going to have to dedicate somebody to stopping that pass rush up the middle. They're going to have to dedicate somebody to it. Boy, I'm telling you, it's hard to deal with. It is hard to deal with.
Trying to stick up for Dallas. Nobody else is. Anyways, think about that. It's an eye-opening trade the week of the first game. Eye-opening. Believe me, you walk in, you see your players going, holy shit, what are they going to do next? It gets your attention. And will it create an eye-opening new attitude for the Cowboys? I hope it does. I hope this turns into an old school NFC East showdown. Take a look at the injuries, please. There are significant injuries you better look into before you do anything. On the Dallas side, Overshown, outstanding linebacker. He's out. He'll be back at some point this season, but he is out. Trayvon Diggs, will he play? How much will he play? He just got off the PUP list. Keep an eye on Diggs. He's big against A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. Kalen Carson, starting corner last year, out, won't play. Peyton Turner, backup defensive end, IR, gone. 7th round draft choices, Mingo kid, rookie out of Clemson, running back on IR, out. Jonathan Mingo, big receiver they traded for last year from Carolina, he's out. And this Phil Maffa, rookie 7th round pick, running back out of Clemson, looked good in the preseason, out. And keep an eye on the starting left tackle of the Cowboys. 1st round pick a year ago, Tyler Guyton. He hurt his knee late in July, did not play at all in the preseason. Didn't play great last year either. Is he going to start at left tackle with no preseason? We will see. If he doesn't, it'll be Nate Thomas, number 71, a 7th round pick 2 years ago out of Louisiana. Overshown, out. Will Diggs play? Big question. Keep an eye on Guyton at left tackle. The Philadelphia Eagles, they look healthy to me. Little concern with Devonta Smith with the groin, a wide receiver. The great A.J. Brown had some hamstring tightness, but they both practiced. But let's keep an eye on those injuries before you do anything. And Landon Dickerson, left guard, badass Pro Bowler, hurt his knee. Everybody was concerned, up in arms, rightfully so. He's back on the practice field. That's not good for Dallas. Not good at all. And Jordan Mailata, he had a concussion or something. He didn't do much in the preseason. Bad news, he's back too if you're a Dallas fan. These are two bad customers. Keep an eye on the Eagles. Injuries. Finally, if it comes down to special teams, a guy who could impact this game is Kevontae Turpin, kick returner wideout for the Cowboys. He took a kickoff for a touchdown and a punt return back last year, and he was a Pro Bowler. Keep an eye on him. And if it comes down to field goal kicking, these are two great kickers. Everybody says, Jake Elliott had a down year last year. Bullshit. He's 26 for 27 all time in the playoffs, man. He's an Iceman. Yeah, hell of a kicker. But the best kicker in the league, if you ask me, is this Brandon Aubrey guy. Brandon Aubrey is 24 out of 27 from plus 50. Do you know that, Jake? Wow. I mean, he made a 60-yarder, Clay. Then he made another 60-yarder and a 65-yarder. So this guy could probably kick an extra point from the Rocky Balboa statue over at the old.
Yeah,
that's
for
no
real
shit.
though.
Lastly, these are bird dogs on defense. Philadelphia Eagles are birds, and they have a lot of Georgia Bulldogs, so I call them the bird dogs. Think about it. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Kelly Ringo's going to start at corner. They brought in Azeez Ojulari. Love that guy. And Nakobe Dean's coming back from an injury. They even drafted a young linebacker from Georgia. The Bird Dogs. You like that? Let's get into the game, man. Okay, this offense-defense matchup is brought to you by Fox 1. On Fox 1, you can stream your favorite live sports. So you never miss that, did you see that moment? That means Fox NFL Sundays are now on Fox 1. I gotta have it. I just can't stand missing games that are live. It's NFL Sundays, all streaming live, the way it was meant to be watched. Start your 7-day free trial today. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions. Fox 1, we live for live. Streaming now, sign up today. Okay, the Philadelphia Eagle offense against the Dallas Cowboy defense. I cannot wait to see it. The Eagles have a new offensive coordinator, Kevin Padullo. He's been with head coach Nick Sirianni a long time. He was with them in Indianapolis. He's been waiting his turn here with the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be Jalen Hurts' 5th offensive play caller in 5 years. That's a credit to Hurts for not losing his mind. How would you like to put up with a different screaming coach every single year? It's tough, man. But Padullo will go up against Matt Eberflus, the new defensive coordinator of the Cowboys. Everybody remembers Eberflus as the head coach of the Bears. He was the defensive coordinator of the Colts. Prior to that, and he also was the linebacker coach of these Dallas Cowboys. So he knows what Jerry Jones is looking for, and he knows a little bit about this Cowboy defense. Let's see. The Eagles' offense, very productive. 7th in scoring. They had the 2nd leading rushing attack last year, and they run the ball more than any team in the league, over 55% of the time. And they are 29th in the league in pass offense. Everybody's like, oh, they can't pass. They don't have to pass. It's hard to throw for yards when you're handing it off. But when you look at Jalen.
What did I say? What did I say the key was to beating the Eagles? Make Jalen Hurts play quarterback. Kenny Clark is going to help exponentially with that. Make him play quarterback. He loves to step up in the middle. He loves when that pressure comes, he steps up in the middle and he destroys teams. Clog up that middle. Force him back to the 4s and the 5s. Force him back. Force him into other gaps. Close him in. Contain him on the outside. Push him back into that pile. That's how you'll get Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, he's coming off a career year throwing the ball. Even though the yardage numbers are down, he threw for 69%. He had a 103.7 QB rating, and he only threw 5 picks. So when they do throw it, they're very good. I don't like to think about it, but you have to. The backup quarterback of the Eagles, Tanner McKee, got hurt in the preseason. And right before the end of training camp, they acquired Sam Howell to be their backup. Howell came over from Minnesota. He's bounced around the league, literally, man. He's had a very short time to learn this offense. If something happened, or Jalen Hurts has to come out for any period of time, they're putting in a quarterback who just got here. That's something to think about. But it's this running game. You know, if you love football and you get some films and you really study the exactness of what the Eagles do running the rock, it is unbelievable. They have the best line coach in the league. His name is Jeff Stoutland. The guy's unbelievable, man. He develops players, he develops their attitude, and he develops schemes that will knock you out. They have gap schemes where they double team and pull linemen. They have all these zone schemes, and they got all the NCAA college football RPO schemes that drive me freaking nuts, man. It's a lot to defend. In short yardage and goal line, short yardage situations especially, they run that tush-push. Did you see all the people screaming and yelling after the Washington game when Washington was jumping over piles trying to stop it? It's almost unstoppable. So you got to understand the bottom line is production in every situation. Whether they're under the center, in the shotgun, or in short yardage or goal line, these guys can bust you up running the rock, man. And they have Saquon Barkley coming off a historic year. Can you imagine what the Giants feel like up the street thinking that son of a bitch was on our team? God dang it! That guy had over 2,000 yards. He broke a record, man, for yardage rushing, including the playoffs. He had 7 runs of 60 yards or more. Good God, that's hard to do in Pop Warner football. This guy's magnificent. And the thing about Barkley I love the most, he is a hell of a receiver. So if you're into fantasy football, I think you're going to see Barkley catch it even more this year because of his ability on the perimeter. The other thing is Jalen Hurts has 4 straight seasons of 10 or more rushing touchdowns. So think about the misery that it puts on a defense when Hurts catches the shotgun snap and puts it in Saquon's chest. If it's a good look, he'll hand the ball off. If somebody's closing, he'll pull it and run it himself. It's a freaking wicked combination. And Hurts is built like a running back. I mean, the guy squats about 800 pounds.
Did I say this earlier? I'm telling you, I hadn't even seen this. I said the same stuff earlier. You got to make Jalen Hurts play quarterback. I mean, he is a borderline running back. He's got some passing skills. He'll hit you every so often with some beautiful passes. But the way you beat him is you force him to play quarterback. You make him make tight window throws. You make him do everything that he doesn't want to do. Well, we're going to get halfway through this, and we're going to save the other half for tomorrow. So we'll get to about the 24, 25-minute mark. And what we'll do is we're going to look back on the Cowboys' defense last year against Jalen Hurts. We'll look at that too.
But it's a creative scheme. It's very productive and downright dangerous because they can generate big plays. But what it does is, listen carefully on this if it makes sense, Jake. It sets up the red line pass offense. Ask me what that is, Clay.
What is it?
Well, we put red lines on our practice field 3 or 4 yards from the sideline on both sides. And we say, get a great receiver like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. And what will happen is, if Dallas loads the box with 7 guys and keeps a single safety deep in the middle, they're going to let these receivers, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, run right down the field deep, down the red line, giving Hurts room to throw it to the sideline where these guys can track it and make acrobatic catches. And they will blow your face off with these big catches, man. If you load the box, Hurts will just pick it up and launch it over your head or on the back shoulder. It's a wicked, deadly combination. So Dallas has to be careful, man. If you're going to play a single high defense and load the box, you better do it late, or Hurts will see it. He'll make a hand signal over there. And A.J. Brown, he's built like Jim Brown. My God, if I had a body like that, man, I'd be at the beach. He's
built like a running back.
So they got a lot they can do. But keep an eye, okay, on the short yardage sneaks. It's a big issue, the tush push. Nick Sirianni knows all the screaming and yelling. What's the contingency play? Because they have another play off of the tush push. If Dallas loads the box, there is a toss play. There is some creative plays that they have. So in short yardage, ask yourself, what's the contingency play they're going to run? They're saving something for short yardage. Let's take a look at Dallas and their mindset under Matt Eberflus. They want to come in here. They know they got to stop the run, and they got to stay on top of these red line passes. That is probably the number one thing at the forefront of every call they make. They have to find a way to take the ball away. That's what the Dallas Cowboys did great when Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator for 3 years under Dan Quinn. They led the NFL with 93 takeaways. They led the NFL with 59 picks. They led the league with 15 defensive touchdowns. If they can do that, steal a pass, scoop a fumble, and score, they could change this game. Trust me. They are bigger inside now on defense with the addition of Kenny Clark coming over from Green Bay. That should help them stop the run. But when you watch this game, who is the starting corners for the Cowboys? We're going to talk about those matchups in a second. It's scary, man. I don't know who these guys are and what their health status is. This is a mission statement game for Dallas. I mean, show our hand, man. Empty the tank. Empty the clip. Let's freaking go, man. Let's set a new attitude, a new standard in this game against the world champions on national television. That's the message the Cowboys have to hear clearly. They got to win on first down. They got to shut down somehow the Eagles on first down. Get them in 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. Make them throw the ball, something they don't really want to do. And beware, 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 sitting at home. Look for these 2 things. Number 1, Jalen Hurts will audible to a running play against the blitz. That's where some of Saquon Barkley's biggest runs came. Ask the Rams. They're playing third down defense with some pressure coming. He audibles to a run, and Saquon hits his head on the goalpost. So be alert for audible runs against pressure. And the last thing is, when you're in a no-back set, there are no running backs. Do you think it's a run or a pass? It's a pass. Well, they have designed runs that'll kick your ass. So keep an eye on that, Clay. You just learned something today. Beware. Let's get into the matchups quickly. Up front, Philadelphia, 4 blue-chip Pro Bowl players. Jordan Mailata at left tackle. Jake will show you the picture of me and Mailata at the Super Bowl.
Gosh.
The guy looks like Shrek on steroids, man. He is one big freaking athletic guy. He's the best. They got Landon Dickerson. Some of his second-level blocks should be illegal. Cam Jurgens. How many guys take over for Kelsey, a perennial Pro Bowl center, and walk in there and go to the Pro Bowl themselves? This guy's a great center. The right guard is Tyler Steen. Steen is the guy you got to keep an eye on. He's replacing Mekhi Becton, who went to the Chargers. This is a new player we got to find out about. And the other Pro Bowler is Lane Johnson at right tackle. They are decorated, great players up front. Mailata, Dickerson, Jurgens, and Lane Johnson. Keep an eye on the right guard, Steen. And remember, Jeff Stoutland, best coach in the league. He coaches them up, man. If there's any issues at guard with Dickerson's injury, it'll be Brett Toth, who played the entire preseason at left guard. And they're going to be going up against the Cowboy front, I think, that is underestimated. I know they lost Parsons, but they have good players inside. This Osa Odigizua got a big contract in the offseason. He wears number 97, and in the last 7 games, he was a pain in the ass. I think Odigizua has to go over there against this new guard of the Eagles and kick some ass and have some success. They got Kenny Clark, 10-year veteran, only 29 years old, from the Packers. He's a great guy and brings some leadership and juice and playmaking. He was hurt last year. His stats weren't really reflective of Kenny Clark. He got hurt in that Brazil game and wasn't himself the whole season. He played through some bullshit. But I like Kenny Clark a lot with Odigizua. They also brought in Solomon Thomas, former first-round pick, was with the Jets. I had him with the Raiders. Great guy, especially in pass rush situations. They also have their former first-round pick, Mozzie Smith, out of Michigan. So you got 2 number-1 draft choices coming off the bench, man. Knock on a grease board if you're with me. That's not bad. And at defensive end, Dante Fowler. He's got over 50 sacks, 10.5 sacks last year. High effort, high motor, good player. Can give anybody fits. And they also have these other pass rushers. Remember, Sammy Williams is a good player. 2nd-round pick out of Mississippi, 9 sacks in his first 2 years. He has a power rush. He's got speed to get the edge. They're not completely, shot without Parsons there. And on the other side, they're going to use Marshawn Kneeland, 2nd-round pick last year. He's going to be better than he was a year ago. And they also have this year's 2nd-round pick, Donovan Ezaraku. He's a 2nd-round pick, Boston College. He led the country in sacks. I'm telling you, they were sitting around watching film going, let's get this sumbitch out there, man. So they have 4 guys on the edge to go up and do battle. They have some good guys inside. On the outside, I think this is where the game needs to be studied. It's going to be the great A.J. Brown. I know he's got some tightness in his hamstring. He wears number 11. 17 100-yard games for A.J. Brown. Last year, the Eagles were 2-2 and averaging 18 points a game without A.J. Brown when he was hurt. When he did play, they were 16-1 and averaged almost 32 points a game. Hello! This guy's a summit, man. He's good, man. And he's going to go up against, I think, Kaiir Elam, the ex-Buffalo Bill, wearing number 20. Keep an eye on Elam versus A.J. Brown. Elam was a disappointment in Buffalo, but sometimes the new scenery can change things. But that'll be a matchup worth watching. The former first-rounder Elam against A.J. Brown. What an acquisition by Howie Roseman. And over here, I love Devonta Smith. 308 catches, over 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns in just 4 seasons. Who's it going to be? I'm an owl. Who? What's an owl say, Clay? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Trevon Diggs? Hell of a player, but he's missed a lot of time. He's got a bad knee. He's been on PUP. Will he play? How much will he play? And A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith are going to find out how that knee feels. If he can't play, I don't know what they're going to do, because I do believe they want to put Deron Bland, excellent corner, on the outside. I think he's going to start at nickel if Diggs can play. If Diggs can't play, I think Bland has to go outside, and that becomes a pretty good matchup. But now, what's an owl say, Jake? What happens if Bland goes outside? Who becomes the nickel corner? That'll probably be, I don't know, Reddy Stewart. They had a guy, Keemon Hall, who played pretty good in the preseason. They put him on the practice squad. The Cowboys, you got to keep an eye on the matchups on the outside. Who starts outside and who starts inside? And if they get one more guy hurt. We can't talk about how great he is. They also signed, here's a name to keep an eye on, man. A.J. came over from the Green Bay Packers. Everybody forgot A.J. Dillon. Oh, that big back that had 2,500 yards. 6 feet tall, 247 pounds. He might even return kickoffs. This big cat coming in fresh as a daisy, that could be a real problem for you. Know what I mean? Against these linebackers of the Cowboys, they've got new linebackers. Kenneth Murray came over from the Titans in a trade. 95 tackles, 3.5 sacks. Murray's on his third team. Chargers, Titans, Cowboys. Can he realize that first-round potential coming out of Oklahoma? The other linebacker they brought in was Jack Sanborn from the Bears. Sanborn played for Eberflus in Chicago. He could wear the green dot. He started 19 games, 165 tackles in Chicago. He's wearing number 57. So will it be Murray or Sanborn? I want to find out. I think the other linebacker is this Marist Liufau. Marist Liufau, second-year player out of Notre Dame. He is a freaking buzzsaw. He got better and better last year. Liufau had 24 tackles, 12 solos, 2 forced fumbles in the last 4 games. He is a good player. And these 3 linebackers against the underneath pass offense and the recognition of who has the ball is going to be big. Don't forget the 2 safeties. It'll be Malik Hooker, ex-Indianapolis Colt. He played with Eberflus for 3 years when Eberflus was the D coordinator. So he's reunited with Hooker, and that is a good thing because they have intelligence with Sanborn and Hooker in communicating this defense, which is vital. They also have Donovan Wilson. Write down the word stinger, Jake, in your mind. Stinger means strong safety blitz. When you see Wilson running around here at the line of scrimmage, number 6, he's going to blitz. He had 4 or 5 sacks last year. He's an impact blitzer, and he comes in some real odd situations. So keep an eye on that. And the tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles. Everybody's got to celebrate the return of Dallas Goedert. He was a force when healthy in the playoffs. 17 catches, 240 yards. He was hard to cover, man. And so if you double Smith and you double A.J. Brown, they're going to run the ball and they're going to throw it in here to Dallas Goedert, man. They also have Grant Calcaterra. I love that name. Calcaterra. I feel like I'm in an Italian restaurant. Hey, give me an order of Calcaterra. No, Grant Calcaterra is a good player, number 81, started 13 games. It'll be a hell of a matchup, but don't underestimate Dallas. Beware of these audible runs and the empty formation where Jalen Hurts might carry the ball himself.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, John Gruden's show, man, the production level is way up now. I watched him last year. Man, his production level is way up. Man, I think he really broke down a lot of stuff for us. And we're going to watch the rest of it tomorrow. And tomorrow is actually where we're going to focus on the Cowboys offense. So I want to break this down into 2 days of defense because that's where my biggest concern is. Offense is where I'm the most excited, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. So, man, I don't know about y'all. You want to talk about somebody who is absolutely excited for Thursday. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to keep it a bean. Let me tell you how excited I am about the Cowboys. Win or lose, no matter the score, I'm excited. The Cowboys can only go up from this game. They can only go up. There's no way but up for the Cowboys. I'm excited about it. I think the Cowboys are going to, this is the beginning. I'm telling y'all, I was alive Not only was I alive, I was actually old enough to be cognitive of this. You could almost feel the moment the Cowboys made moves that made you go, this is looking like we're on to something. And by that third season, and I'm moving this up real fast because the Cowboys had already had a good team already. I'm feeling like the Cowboys are at that 91-ish point. 91-ish, teetering on 92. If we're at that 92 point, Super Bowl. If we're at that 91 point, flashing to know that we're capable of the Super Bowl. I still believe we're about to see the best 3 seasons of Dak Prescott's career. I think we're about to see the best 3 seasons of Dak Prescott's career. And I'm telling you, when the Cowboys lock down George Pickens, it's a wrap. 3-4 year run. We're going to be going ferociously at the Super Bowl, but I think it's next year. I do. I think it's next year. It's comment time, baby. Let's read comments before we get out of here. 8 o'clock. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Let's rock. Let's go. Scotto, 8292. He said, I like the channels that are being positive. Let's go. Scotto, I'm a glass half full person, never half empty. Katharina Kiss, she said, hey, G, we're hearing Michael is hurt already. Hey, I'm just telling you, Katharina, I can't buy it. I can't buy it. They talking about he got some back issues. I can't buy it. They keep a very close ear on social media. How much do y'all bet? Y'all don't think Micah Parsons' camp was actually hearing how miraculously his back got better after he got the contract? Y'all don't think they heard that talk? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. When did he hurt his back? And if he hurt his back, why in the world would Green Bay even complete? Why would Green Bay even complete a trade like that if he's got these kind of back issues? Stinks. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. Micah Parsons will be fine. I'm ready for him also to get past this whole era of your back was hurt, you're traded to the Cowboys. I'm ready for him to move on beyond this. So let's see what he really is and see what the Green Bay Packers really are with him. But I like what we did. I like it. All right, let's read some comments. Newhouse fam said, I'm telling y'all though, Lamb Pickens and Jeremiah Smith with Turpin is elite. Okay, we don't have Jeremiah Smith. You talking about getting Jeremiah Smith? Okay. Blue Ridge 3% said, he said, man, can imagine if we go up to Philly and win, what that will do for the morale for the rest of the season. He said, let's go, Cowboys Nation. Hey, Blue Ridge, I believe the same thing. That's why I believe that Brian Schottenheimer's throwing everything at the Eagles, including the kitchen sink. Robert Dudley said, get the basics down. Then if we need upgrades, then we will address it. Yeah, I think they want to see what they got. And I think what they got is good. Newhouse said if the Cowboys beat the Eagles and it's a blowout, get ready for top 5 power. He said get ready for a top 5 power ranking. You're exactly right, sir. Gary Bookwater said Diggs said that Sam was faster than Micah, and that's a fact, G. Yeah. That boy Sam, man. He's not the best looking runner when you see him running like Forrest Gump, but we also knew that Forrest Gump could run. Madman said beating Eagles isn't a miracle. He said 23, we blew out the Eagles game 2. 24, Eagles blew out Dallas with a rush with rush at quarterback. Dallas wins Thursday. Hey, Madman. Matter of fact, that's what we're going to start our show off with tomorrow. We're going to go back and kind of review the games from last year, and we may even look back at the last game that Dak Prescott played against the Eagles. Yeah, Blue Ridge, the Eagles. And really, the first game, the Cowboys were in it until some unfortunate turnovers. But the second game, they never were in it. They blew the doors off of us. Ron Hanna said we can shut everyone up right out the gate, G. I believe we will. Let's go, Cowboys. Hey, you know who we really need to shut up, Ron Hanna? We really need to shut up our own media. We need to make them eat crow because they seem to be the only ones that don't understand we've moved on. Blue Ridge said Cowboys 30-27. Boy, I like how y'all already giving predictions. I love it. Newhouse fam said Cowboys 31-20. I'm gonna save mine for Thursday pregame. Save mine for Cowboys pregame. Jaden Justin said he's wrong about the Eagles three-peating. Cowboys won the division in 2023. I mean, there's been no repeats in a long time. But Cowboys gonna own this thing. They gonna get it this year. What you think, Jaden? Jaden Justin, what you think? I think we gonna get it this year. Gary Bookwalter said Cowboys 35-17 all day. I see you. L Bracket Productions. He said all those teams are trash though. A lot of quarterback problems and injuries. Let's keep it real. There'll be no excuses this year though, L Bracket. There'll be no excuses this year. Katharina Kiss is already saying Dallas 34. She's already saying 34-28 Cowboys, 34 points by the Cowboys. Let's go, Katharina Kiss. Sounds like Bradford may be saying we're not beating the Eagles. Let me know which way you're going. Lord Nova said I would like for the Cowboys to grab Garrett, G. Oh, you talking about Myles Garrett? Hey, that's 70s fan show. I'm with you. Sam Williams is smelling blood in the water. He is smelling the fact that he can get an extension here. Hot Boy said Jalen Carter's been the most dominant defensive player in our division. Helps the Eagles dominate the line of scrimmage. Yeah, Hot Boy. I'm glad we got Kenny Clark. We got us somebody in the middle now too. Robert Dudley said the media gonna milk this thing to death. Boy, you ain't lying. Ain't no more milk left in that cow, man. Ryan Hanna said football is simple. When you know edge rushers are looking to do one thing, and if you're smart, you run at them. One chip, then two, and a third, you can double them. Remember, this is what they do to Micah. Ron Hanna. And the thing is, when you talk about a pass rush up the middle, it's hard to stop. A pass rush up the middle will actually make you move your pocket. It'll make you bootleg. It'll make you do all kinds of stuff when that pass rush is up the middle. And when you can do that, boy, you make a team way less dynamic. You make them way less dynamic. All right, let's get some more in here. Got about 2 minutes to go. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Boy, y'all look forward to it. Boy, we rocked the house last night on that Cowboys After Dark. I think we're going to do that again, especially once the season starts. We'll be doing that about 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to pick the days. Sunday night is definitely probably going to be one of them, though. Minor DB1. Quarterbacks hate pressure up the middle. Yes, sir. Osa and Clark will manufacture the sack numbers for the edge rushers that with that pressure. I agree with you. JG for real. He said Gruden actually using his brain, unlike all these emotional talking heads that don't know what's going on. JG, boy, I wish he would cover the Cowboys all year long. I mean, you could literally, and I did this some last year, and I'm gonna do it again this year. When he covers the Cowboys, you can literally just take everything that he's done. You can just create your own slideshow and put everything he talked about and wrote and put that on your own slideshow. Listen to what he said, add your own stuff that you know to, and man, you can put together a heck of a show. A heck of a show with John Gruden. I'll be using some of my own stuff and some of his stuff come Thursday when I do my pregame show. You know, information that I've gathered the entire week. But again, using some of John Gruden's stuff. I mean, the points are just so poignant. I mean, John Gruden is good, man. John Gruden is good. I hope he don't copyright strike me. I want to use this. I want to use him some more. I want to use him some more during the season. All right, let's get a couple more here before I get out of here. Wait, boy, y'all got a crazy conversation going back here. Y'all back here rolling and laughing. Let me read Fat Boy Preach. He said Green Bay may have messed up their cap with the Micah signing. Hey, Fat Boy Preach. It's Super Bowl or bust. If Matt LaFleur don't win the Super Bowl by next year, he fired for me. He fired. He fired. We'll be rebuilding. I won't even re-sign Jordan Love. Jordan Love got to show something because he ain't showed nothing since he got that contract. Now, he was hurt last year. We'll see what happens this year. Madman said, the 70s Gruden said, Fowler, my guy. Yeah. Newhouse fam said, he said, they give me $1 million. I'm signing for $1 million. Shoot, you and me both. Our boy said to get the best out of your linebackers, you need a player like Kenny Clark, keeping them clean. Hey, yeah. Osa and Kenny are going to be great for these linebackers, man. The Newhouse fam said, I don't even have to start. I will pass out Gatorade. Newhouse fam, let me tell you something. I used to say this all the time. The third string quarterback used to be the best job in the NFL. If you didn't mind not starting, I mean, you could literally make a great living off being a third string quarterback. Rod Hanna said that's the offense's worst nightmare. A pass rush up the middle. Ask Kansas City. Ryan Hanna, Patrick Mahomes still having therapy. Patrick Mahomes still having therapy after that Super Bowl. I guarantee he don't never want to see them again. He see somebody from Philadelphia walking down the street, he going the other way. I bet you he won't even visit the city of Philadelphia. Boy, they put a beating on that man. They did. 70s fans show said, I got tired of all the Micah Parsons stuff months ago. He said, I'm not sad about this at all. Man, I'm elated. I think this was great for everybody, including Micah Parsons. I think he's actually playing with a quarterback that he likes, a much younger quarterback. I think he believes the grass is going to be greener because it's Green Bay. But I'm happy for him. His family, everything they talked about. That's the part I'm happy about. He became a millionaire. But again, I'm excited for our team. Daryl Ragsdale, Ken Norton was a dog. I remember that man played with a disconnected bicep. Y'all remember that? Ken Norton played with a disconnected, if I'm not mistaken, it was a disconnected bicep. Wow. Wow. Dog man. Dog kennel stuff, bro. Stacey Johnson, okay, let's remember the Cowboys are going to make an excellent offensive example of great proportions. Oh, they're going to be great. They're going to be great. All right. Stacey, I agree with you. Stop the run. That's what we got to see. And I think we're going to be able to do it. I think we're going to be so excited when we watch this Philadelphia game. We don't know what to do. We're going to be excited. I think we're going to be thrilled. All right, guys, let's move all the way down. I'm going to get out of here. Let me get down to the end. And I'm going to read the last few here. Ron Hanna, I'm with you. Jordan Love is overrated. Dak fan for life. Appreciate that super chat. Dak owns filthy, for sure. Mose, Logan, they should start Houston and Dante. Don't you worry, they're going to get plenty of snaps. I guarantee you. Robert Dudley, he said Jordan Love is a wannabe Dak Prescott. Alex 4099, he said the Packers are paying Micah and Love most of the money in 2027 and 2028. So if they don't win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, their window is shut down. And Matt LaFleur is fired. He's done for me. He done. I can't do it. As Irwin said, when you're down, look up, get up, and never give up. I love it. Richard Owens said, 28-16, we're winning it. Emmett Smith played with a dislocated shoulder. Yeah, dogs, man, just dogs. Hugh Price, I read they have told LaFleur and the GM that if they don't win this year, they are gone. Ownership doesn't believe in lame duck coaches, so they are gone if they don't win. Hey, Hugh Price, if it was me, I'd be saying the same thing. All right. Cowboys Nation said, go get Hall from the Jets. Boy, let me tell you something. I would not be surprised if the Cowboys went and got Breece Hall. I wouldn't. Made me and said, yeah, G, it was a torn bicep. Norton Jr. played through it. He was a beast in the middle. Boy, that man was crazy, bro. Man, I bet you wouldn't find a player that would do this today. Yeah, Mose Logan, I've been hearing he's got an L4 and L5 sprain. Man, I can't. I just can't, man. If he does, I hope he gets healthy fast. But at the end of the day, man, I'm rolling with our boys. All right, guys, man, I enjoyed it so much. Best chat on YouTube. Appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate all the support. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're going to be back tomorrow. I got a surprise for you. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but y'all get ready for an absolute fire show tomorrow as we are going to be talking about the Cowboys offense as we are counting down to the first game of the season. Y'all heard it from me first. It's the game of the year right now because it's the only game of the year coming up on Thursday, and it is going to be a barn burner. But we're going to be talking about it all the way up to the kickoff. Go Cowboys, Rock Edison said. My man, D-Block up in this thing. What's good? It's all good. Appreciate you. Until the next time, DC4L, God bless. Let's talk Cowboys where we talk facts. Peace.
Yo, G.